Пошли. Все вместе. Какие ваши доказательства?
They want you to comply.
Cancel culture is about canceling.
Кокаином.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Woke moralists. Up yours.
And they believe that they can then
Woke
shut us
moralists.
up.
F around and find out.
Up yours. Woke moralists.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
Up yours.
We'll see who cancels who.
They want you to comply.
Well, look who you're stuck with today, my friends. It is me and only me. I'm assuming. I haven't heard from anybody else. There may be some... Actually, no, that's a lie. Rebecca will be here later. I have heard from her. Haven't heard from anyone else. I'm assuming Matt will pop in at some point, possibly David Dole as well. But you're stuck with me for a while. So that means we can talk about anything that I want to talk about. And, you're in for an amazing show, my friends. We're just going to talk about video games. That's it. I'm just kidding. Hope you're all having a wonderful Thursday. I was going to say Friday. We're not quite there yet, but hopefully you're having a wonderful Thursday. And your week hasn't been too bad. We had some elections take place on Tuesday. I do want to revisit them because we're seeing a glimpse of the way that Republicans are going to attack Francesca Hong's moderate opponent. And unsurprisingly, they're already saying that he is a socialist. So it's a good thing that voters voted for the person who Republicans wouldn't call a socialist, only for them to do exactly that. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, actually you haven't noticed because I don't have a video with this, I did update the book display right here. Let me shift the camera a little bit. So now you can see I've got my Trump dog toy / voodoo doll. I've got the amazing book from Omar El-Akkad. One day everyone will have always been against this. Sorry, let me talk into my mic. Got a little Palestinian flag. We've got Al Sayed's book and One Piece. And I also put a little Luffy figure there too.
Are you live
and
right
look
now?
who just popped in. I am live. How's it going?
You too. What is that? What's it called? Show and tell?
I was doing show and tell. Yes, I was showing people. I updated my book display and I put a little toy, a little One Piece toy.
Oh, sweet!
On the
Very
shelf.
Cool.
Yeah, I play with it off camera. You know, I'm like, so
maybe just play with the toys on camera until people get here. Where's everybody?
I was gonna put on the show for them. I'm not really sure. I was gonna do a puppet show like with Trump and Luffy, and that's how I was gonna entertain them until people showed up. Until like you or Matt saw the stream and you thought
I would hope that would
so
work.
Pathetic that you'd be like, okay, I have to jump in and bail him out.
I just feel too bad. I have to get in there.
It was a guilt trip stream. Yeah, for sure. How are you doing though, David?
I'm all right. I almost didn't. I felt like I had like a migraine, but it's or like I can't tell if it's a migraine or like an almost toothache. Like I'm worried I have like
oh shit.
Like what's it called when you have to get like drilled in or whatever? No, not a cavity,
like
but the root canal. I'm worried I have like a root canal or something. I don't know. Right now it's it's like dull pain. It's not too bad, so I'm hoping it just kind of goes away.
Yeah. How long have you had it?
It just today. Like it just started. Like
okay.
I just started feeling it earlier, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's like under my eye, so I don't know. Maybe it'll go.
Oh, like one of the nerves or something.
Yeah, it could just be I had too much coffee or maybe not enough coffee. I don't know. So I had like a half coffee, like so to try to like it doesn't really make any sense. But I figured if I had too much coffee, then I'm not gonna have a full coffee. But if I didn't have enough coffee, then maybe this half of a coffee will will be enough to maybe dull it or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
no, I
it's,
get the
it's
logic.
fine right now. We'll see.
Well, I hope that that doesn't turn into a root canal because even though I've never had them, I know that they're not very fun. We'll put it that
I've never
way.
had a cavity before. So
You've never had a cavity?
No. So the idea of having to have like anything more than that, like a root canal, is a terrifying endeavor.
Really? You know what's crazy is I did not visit a dentist for the first time until I was 30 years old.
Wow.
Did not go a single time as a kid, and predictably, I had a fuck ton of cavity. Well, I had 4, so not too bad. It could have been worse, but
Yeah. I had a 10-year break between dentist visits and no cavities.
wow. You might just have like the good DNA.
I think it's when I was younger, they did forget the name of it, but like something to kind of like harden your molars. Like they put like some substance on your teeth, and it made it so. I think that's what helped to prevent a lot of the potential cavities I maybe would have had.
You also
but I mean,
probably have fluoride
I brush
in your water
pretty regularly too, so that probably helps.
Yeah, you might have fluoride in your water too. I'm assuming you do.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
In Portland, we actually don't have that. So, in grade school, we'd get the little fluoride tablets. But when I was no longer in school, when I was homeschooled, I did not get that. So I think that probably took a toll on my dental health as well. So
that would do it for sure.
Take your fluoride, kids. Don't listen to RFK Jr. You need that fluoride. It's good for you.
You got to protect those teeth. Otherwise, it's not.
Yeah.
Dentist is like the worst. Like I hate the experience. Even just getting a teeth cleaning. Like I just don't having to have your mouth open for so long, and then like the whole part where you don't want to swallow, so you have to get the saliva sucked out of your mouth. But then
yeah, that is
the
uncomfortable.
in between where it's like, I think there's too much saliva here. Can you please suck this out? But you can't really talk, and it's just I don't know.
It's also really uncomfortable, and I always feel really bad because if you're a dental, and I've talked to my niece about this, who was a dental hygienist before, and I'm like, is it just gross being in people's mouths, or do you get used to it? She's like, no, you don't get used to it. It's disgusting forever. And, hearing her experience really made me feel bad because even though it's something we all have to do, we have to go to the dentist, we need to get regular cleanings, just knowing that somebody has to, stand there all day and dig around in people's mouths, I really feel bad for them. I pity them. I hope that they're getting a lot of money, whatever it is. It's not enough because that is something that I don't know that I would be able to do. Just being up in people's shit all day, every day. That's crazy.
I'm sure there are like whenever I go to the dentist, I always make sure I'm like flossing beforehand, brushing beforehand. But there are people out there who haven't flossed or brushed in days and show up at the dentist. And they're like, here.
Oh, yeah. They show up after they ate like fish and fucking haven't brushed in 2 weeks. And there's apparently a lot of people that do that. It's not super common, according to like my former dental hygienist niece.
Okay,
but it does happen more than you would think. Some people just have no shame, apparently.
Yeah, a lot of people have no shame. So,
yeah.
I mean, we can see that based on how they vote. So,
1,000%.
I'm sure there's some crossover there with Trump voters and people showing up without their teeth being brushed.
I think you're onto something, honestly. And also, just general hygiene. If I had to guess, anecdotally, Trump supporters... Actually, no, the Trump supporters I know, at least in my family, they're not super stinky. But if you go in the wild and you encounter a Trump supporter, I mean, I don't get close enough to smell them, but the aesthetic leads me to believe that there's some stench there, like some
to play
sweaty
devil's
ass.
advocate, though, they may argue, no, it's the hippies. It's the ones
That's
that don't
fair.
shower.
That's actually really fair.
Yeah.
Because hippies do stink. I've been closer to hippie liberals, and they do fucking stink. So, not all of them, but some of them have. And I love them, bless their hearts, but you have to wear deodorant. You can't expect hugs from people if
Well,
you're
they
not gonna
do,
put
but
on
it's like
deodorant.
natural deodorant, so it doesn't work.
That's true. Yeah, speaking of the dentist, I had to get God, I'm blanking on the name, where you have like a crack in your tooth and they got to put like a cap. I think it's just called a cap. And it's so trippy because they basically shave down your tooth like almost halfway, and there's just like a little piece sticking out, and then they glue a fake tooth on top of that. It's really bizarre. It's super sensitive until they put that on, but it's a little bit trippy because like when I got it done, they put it on and I'm like, hang on, it feels like now one side of my mouth is higher than the other side. It feels uneven, and my mouth is already kind of fucked up. And she's like, okay, let me take it. And she like kind of shaved it down, put it back, and I'm like, damn, you could actually fuck this up because you're kind of just eyeballing it. They did a phenomenal job overall. That's what they have to do. But yeah, it was a little bit trippy to see that, just to know that like part of my tooth, it's like a molar, so it's way in the back, but it's like halfway shaved down, and then a fake tooth is in its place. And if that falls off, a lot of nerve endings will be exposed. It'd be a nightmare. Yeah.
Teeth are just a crazy thing because like you never think about them until there's a problem. Like until you have pain, it's like the worst pain ever. It's just like, yeah, it's one of those things where I guess that's like any health. Like I never think about my back until I hurt my back.
True.
My back is in pain, which happens quite a bit now. I wake up often feeling very stiff. I guess this is what happens when you're old. Is you have to work, like you have to stretch. Basically, is what I have to do more.
You really do have to stretch. I hate that. I hate that now. I can't do physical activity unless I stretch. I mean, I don't stretch, but I need to stretch. Otherwise, I could hurt myself. Working out.
I hurt. The only reason I've ever stopped working out is because I hurt myself, and like it happens. I can't get back into working out consistently now because like I'll go like a week and then I wake up and it's like, oh, I hurt my back. Like even though I stretched, I did what I could. I'm not even really straining my back. Like I am purposely like avoiding workouts where I can hurt my back, and still it finds a way. Or there's like a pinched nerve or something, and it's just like, oh great, I can't do anything now.
Yeah, I'm on a 3.5-year streak for the gym, longest streak ever.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
But I fucked up my arm, and I'm fighting. I'm still gonna go, but I'm just going a little bit lighter. But I have, what is it? Like I looked it up. It's like golf or tennis player's elbow or some weird shit like that.
Tennis
where
elbow?
You just maybe it's tennis elbow.
I've heard of that. I'm not sure what
you got to give it a rest a little bit. So I've just been going a little bit easier. But yeah, it's so easy. And that like I looked up some possible reasons why I fucked up my arm. It's because I wasn't stretching. So that's why it's like, okay, I need to stretch.
Oh yeah,
obviously, because I'm an old man now.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had years when I was younger, like my 20s, like just like lifting weights. It didn't properly stretch or anything, and then it just caught up to me. And now I just can't do anything. So I'm paying for it now. I should have.
Time is a motherfucker. Time really is just. Yeah. It sucks. It really sucks. Mm-hmm. By the way, somebody sent us, so a viewer of the show named Jamie sent us a really cool statistic sheet that they put together themselves. And I don't know why I love things like this. Let me share it really quickly here. I wanted to give them a shout out. So they put together the data for our shows. So in total, 181 episodes, 60 guests, 3 candidates, 1 celebrity. So I was not expecting these numbers to go this way, but they have here our top.
Hey, they're all celebrities to me. Okay,
I agree. I agree.
But I guess there's different levels to it.
So Zed Tabani, though, our number 1 guest with 8 different appearances, last one being August 6th.
Interesting.
Ben Dixon, number 2. Dr. Gabrielle Perry, number 4. Dan from the Internet, 3, along with Christina. Francesca, 3 as well. Aaron Brown, 2. I felt like we only brought him on once. And Jesse Gender, 2.
Francesca's been on 3 times? I feel like I've
apparently
been on here
so.
For one of them.
Yeah, apparently so. See, over the years, my brain has turned to pudding. So I would have, if I had to guess, I would have said she's been on like twice. But 3 times is surprising.
I also thought Aaron Brown was on more than twice. But
really, I thought he was on less than twice. So it's weird how we remember this. Now, going to the episodes by participant count, this is interesting. So the number of shows where we just had 2 participants, just 3%. This is one of them. So at least so far.
Yeah, how do they measure this, though? Because it changes throughout the night.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
It could start with 2, but then end up with 5. Like, we don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not really sure. Maybe just like duration of time. It's so thorough, so they've got to have like a certain criteria, I'm assuming. Most common, though, is 5 guests, or 5 panelists, I should say, 36%, and then 6. So we actually have a higher batting average than I would have thought. Most of the time, it is a panel. It's not just like me or two of us, which is really cool. And our one celebrity guest is Laverne Cox.
Yeah.
I feel like others might qualify for celebrities. Francesca kind of qualifies for celebrity, but she's still within the same political realm, so it makes sense. I mean, Laverne Cox is undeniably a celebrity, so yeah, we gotta boost those numbers up and get more celebrities on. We should try to bring on Taylor Swift. I think she would probably agree.
Oh yeah, that should be our next one. Taylor Swift. That should be easy.
Yeah,
easy get.
We'll have our people reach out to her people, and we'll negotiate something. But we're busy here, so I don't know if we could accommodate her schedule.
Oh, we got a third.
Here we go, Matt. Welcome.
You are muted.
What's up?
There you are. Hey.
Looking at some stats here for Leftist Mafia, courtesy of Jamie.
What?
Somebody put this together. Who was it that put this together?
It was Jamie. I don't know if they want me to say their last name, but shout out to Jamie for doing this.
What is it? I mean, I can't. I can say Leftist Mafia
Top
Insights.
But
what are we? Oh, no surprise.
Appearances
there. No surprise with number one. I could have told you that.
I would have guessed Zed too. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize Francesca's been on this show 3 times.
That's what I said. I thought she was on once. I didn't realize she was on 3 times.
Ben Dixon's been on 6 times. It feels like honestly, it felt like Zed's been on about 5 more times than he has, and everyone else has been on a lot less.
Well, a lot of the time, the way that guests work, we'll give everybody some behind-the-scenes info, is usually somebody will reach out to us and will be like, yeah, we don't have anybody on this day, so you can come on this day. So if you are, seeking to get on the show, just shoot your shot at us, because a lot of the time the show is kind of an afterthought to a lot of us because we're busy with our own shit, and then we have to rush to put together something for Leftist Mafia. So we don't have a lot of time to go out of our way to invite people. We tried to do that. Lance is really good at inviting people. I'm the guy who's just like, hey, you sent me a DM. Sure, come on this Thursday, or let me get back to you in a couple of weeks. Because I don't know what our schedule is going to look like. But yeah, that's how it works. Zed reaches out, and I'm like, yeah, man, jump on. So it's kind of cool to see this. It's weird to think that our show has been going on since like 2022, and it's 2026. That's
who's
really
the
wild
one?
to me.
Who's the one celebrity who was on the show?
Me. It's me.
You were on one show?
Laverne Cox is the one celebrity we had on.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah.
She would be a celebrity, correct. The only celebrity, right. But I was like for a second, I was like, wait a minute. We had a celebrity on this show?
It's kind of crazy too, because like the one celebrity we get is like a massive celebrity, which is, I think that's so cool. I think that's really cool that we have a celebrity watching our show, like an A-lister. That's mind-blowing to me.
I noticed they also, so they didn't include Olay as a guest, which I understand because she was initially a host. But since not being a host, she would be on the list. She's been on more than twice for sure since not being.
I think maybe 3 times. Right. Yeah.
So I think she would also be.
Also, those last 2 on the list is crazy to me that they were both on twice, but haven't been on since 20. Well, no, Autumn Brown only. He's been on twice, but hasn't been on since 2023. That's crazy.
Yeah, that time flew, but like 3 years flew by since that happened. That seems weird.
Really is crazy.
I didn't realize we've been doing the show for that long, honestly.
Yeah,
it really does not feel like we've been doing it for as long as we have been. I love this comment from Jones City. Mike, make sure you vet these guests. You don't want an Avon lady here. I would actually love to speak to an Avon lady. I would probably buy cologne from her or whatever they sell. I guess they sell more than that, right? I don't know. But I would love to talk to an Avon lady. I don't think they are.
My mom was an Avon lady.
Was she really? Did they just sell perfume, or is it a bunch of stuff?
It was a bunch of stuff. It was whatever was in the Avon catalog. And she didn't go door to door or anything. She just sold to people that she knew.
Okay.
Like she would get the catalogs and give it to friends and people that knew her from friends from outside that, but also people who knew her from doing it. and she would give it to them, and they would give her their order, and she would put it in.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. I love that. But
It
yeah,
was. It
I would
was.
talk to
It was.
anybody.
I don't know how much she made from it, but it was a simple thing. I forgot all
Yeah.
about that until this person just mentioned it. I forgot all about.
Very interesting. So I do actually have some segments planned for today. I wasn't sure how many people was going to come today. I know Rebecca's going to be here later on, but I have a bunch of videos queued up so that way we don't have to talk as much. But interesting videos nonetheless. I curated them very carefully. I did not get just trash, only the best for you all. So the first one that I really wanted to get everybody's reaction to is there is a pitch that the what's this ChatGPT, Sam Altman, I was blanking on his name. So he's talking about his new AI thing, and he basically just describes surveillance, but he's pitching it like it's a good thing. And I just want to play it for you all so you can hear what I mean, because I feel like this is very dystopian, and he thinks this is a good thing.
I think we are close to a world where you can have like a descendant of ChatGPT watch your computer screen all of the time, watch every meeting you're in, like record every call, everything like that, have perfect context of your whole life, everything you see. You choose what information you want it to have, but it can like go, you can connect it to your texts or email or docs or Slack or whatever. And then you have this thing that is not making decisions for you. But if you're like the CEO of a startup, there's always like more stuff to do than you can do, and context you can't all keep track of. You can't like read every piece of customer feedback every day. And you can just have this thing that's like working alongside you. And as you're like typing out a sales pitch to a customer or like writing a strategy doc, it'll just say like, hey, maybe here's another idea, or I think you're making a mistake here. You should consider this, or I can do this thing for you to help. And like this, I think we're only like one model generation away from this actually being incredibly useful. And I think that will change, hopefully, at least for me, change the way I work.
What's your best guess on timing?
Like sometime in the next 6 months.
Sounds terrible. I hate it.
These guys think that, because these guys think in their mind that everyone wants to like refer back to something that happened to them that day, which I guess, maybe if you're someone with like OCD or bad memory, or the opposite, someone who wants really good memory and wants to, you want to remember everything. But like that idea goes out the window when you consider that this third party has all that data. Like,
yeah,
like you like they will have all this stuff, and they're feeding it to their models that have that train off this data. So yeah, these guys are not the even if the idea of like, oh, having a memory bank or a personal assistant, digital assistant sounds good to you, like you don't want a third party to have that data.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, he doesn't care about the implications on society, but just having AI be a crutch throughout your day for everything that you do, every note that you take, having it come up with recommendations. I just feel like you are cultivating a society of stupid people who can't think for themselves, who are constantly relying on AI for everything, to type text messages for them, to type up something, to call. Like, I feel like that's going to catch up to us at some point. The fact that people aren't able to think for themselves and they have to rely on AI for everything, that's not healthy. Like we're heading towards a fucking dystopia induced by mass AI psychosis and like big tech oligarchs who are just farming our data constantly and milking us for like all the information we can give out like we're fucking cows. And we're just getting stupider as they get richer. And I hate it so much. I really hate this so much. The fact that he didn't get boos from that audience, it really makes me lose faith.
I guess they're there because they love it.
That is fair. That is fair.
But yeah, like this kind of thing ends up just homogenizing everything. Like if so many people rely on AI to do, like to message people, as you were saying, then all of our conversations are just going to end up like sounding similar. And we're like training ourselves to like dumb down how we act as people and dumb down our own personalities, and we become less ourselves and more just what the AI recommends that we say and do. Like it's such a weird world that these people think is like the ultimate thing to live in. That I mean, ultimately, they appear perfectly fine with us just becoming one with the AI and us not really being human anymore and just relying on this kind of technology to exist. Now, I don't think that reality is going to exactly happen the way they envision it, but I think that they'd be perfectly fine with that.
I think I think they did not envision the blowback they were going to get from this at all. Like the overarching feeling among, I would say, the vast majority of society is not anti-AI, but they're turning away from like the AIification of everything. Like they did not foresee like AI generated like photos and videos being called slop, and like people literally like boycotting any product that uses AI imagery or video or anything like that. I think they thought people would want this stuff.
And and that's why they have to have it toggled on automatic. Like Twitch this week, I had to go on my Twitch settings and turn off the AI learning thing because Twitch this week turned on automatically for every account. It's going to start taking everyone's data and using it for whatever AI model they have. So and the guy literally says in a video, he's being asked like, why is it opt in, and like why is it automatically turned on instead of you having to opt out or opt in? And he said because people wouldn't turn it on if it was automatically turned off. Like, yeah, exactly. Like you're just admitting nobody wants this shit, so you're forcing it on everybody until they have to go into their settings and purposely turn it off.
Oh my God. And like, think about what this would do. To go back to your point, David, like we're making dead internet theory real life. Like we're physically manifesting it, because if David sends me a text and it's like, okay, I have to think of a response to this because he's asking me a question. Let me just outsource my brain to ChatGPT. And then I send him that message. He sends me a message and he's like, you know what? Let me actually outsource the ChatGPT. We just have like AI chatbots talking to each other. And
then if we actually talk in real life, all of a sudden we forget how to socialize. Right. Because we have relied on AI chatbots to socialize for us.
It's exacerbating a lot of the social anxiety that we developed during COVID or already had. It's making people's brains like grow stagnant, because I mean, like your brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you know, it's gonna grow weaker.
Yeah, so, and look, if anybody should be relying on AI chat for social interaction, it should be me. Like I've had lifelong social anxiety, but I purposely don't rely on this shit for social interactions because I know if I do that, there's no coming back. Like I am I'm never going to be able to actually properly be a person if I have to rely on AI for my conversations.
Yeah, it really strips us of our individuality and our humanity. And I also feel like it's very disrespectful. Like if somebody sends me a text message and they're asking me something, I think they deserve more than some pre-generated response. Even like, you know, if you get a text on your Apple Watch and you're driving, I very rarely will respond with like the, oh, thanks or something. Like we just tap like the responses that it tries to generate for you, because it feels so cold and disrespectful. And we already have distanced ourselves, you know, through social media and whatnot. So it's already like we all feel isolated, like we're all in our own little bubbles. But this is just making it exponentially worse. And I hate it so much. Another thing that another problem that I have with AI is there's this big critique about things that are AI seemingly, but they're not. Like, you know, somebody releases a video game and it's like, oh, this art is bad. It looks like AI slop. Part of me, I've never used ChatGPT, but constantly I felt self-conscious about whether or not I'm talking like ChatGPT, because people will say, oh, well, you know, it has quirks where it does certain things. So the first one was the M dash. Remember how people were saying that, you know, it was probably training off millennials who use M dashes a lot because they're college educated, yada, yada, yada. And so I stopped using M dashes as much because I didn't want people to think that AI was writing my scripts. And now I saw a video from Cavernacle, shout out to him. He talked about how leftist creators, there's one in particular that's probably using AI. And he was like, the reason why I think they're using AI is because they keep saying the phrase, it's not just X, it's Y. And I'm like, I say that. That's how I've written every college paper saying that I speak like that, and I'm not. I have no idea if he was referring to me. I should ask him. I don't think so. But I have a very unique speaking style too. My speaking style is overly superfluous. I put a lot of like ly words in front of everything I say. I don't know. That's just the way I talk. But it still made me self-conscious to think that wait, like, are these little vocal tics that I have, things that certain phrases, is that like an AI thing? Will people think that I'm having AI, you write my video scripts? I don't know because it's hard to say because AI's gotten to the point where you can sense that something is AI, but you don't know for sure. With videos,
it makes people
easier.
like hypersensitive, and then begin seeing things where maybe there isn't any reason to question it, but because we are so used to seeing it, then we think maybe this is AI. I mean, like there's definitely stuff where I've come across videos and images or whatever where I'm like, is this real? Like so I have to I'm at a point now where I'm looking things up. Did this actually happen? Is this a real photo? Like it doesn't happen that often, but occasionally there's something where it's like on the cusp, like this is believable, but it seems a little too ridiculous to think this is real.
Right. And one thing about AI is that it's just ugly. There's a particular genre of YouTube thumbnails that I don't know if it's through YouTube's. I've never used it. It's through YouTube's AI generator or some AI thumbnail generator.
Do they have one to generate thumbnails?
I mean,
thumbnails?
if you go over to like upload a thumbnail, there'll be like a little generate or AI option. I've never used it.
Oh, I always thought that was just like it picked a shot out of your video or something.
Oh, it might. I could be wrong.
I haven't used it either, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. I could be wrong. But anyways, they're all using the same program because there's this font that I keep seeing. It's the same type of font, and it's like big red words in one font and then in another, and it's very like distinctly AI. You know what it is. And also it's a very busy thumbnail and very like, it looks like the old thumbnails that people worked really hard on, but you could tell that it's AI because they all have the same feel, and it looks like shit to me. I think that just my basic thumbnails and like the thumbnails you use, David, where we just have like words and a picture, is so much better and readable.
I actively avoid videos on YouTube where they use an AI generated thumbnail. Because I'm like, if they're going to rely on AI for their thumbnail, why would I even bother to trust their content? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need. It's not hard to make just a lot of thumbnails. Like my thumbnails are not good in the sense that like they didn't take a lot of work. It's more about like what words are on them and how I position the images and what images I choose to put there. Like there's definitely a thought process. Like some thumbnails will take me like an hour, but it's more about thinking what is a good way to frame this video in a way that is honest about what the video is, but is also eye-catching in a way that people may click on it. Or oftentimes I rely on humor. Like I'll try to do a thumbnail that looks kind of like humorous. Like today I did a video on Doug Ford. Though the video is doing terribly, so maybe it didn't work. But I did a video on
today too, David.
Doug Ford was his government was caught like spying on a former liberal leader while she was on a Jamaican vacation. So it's just like I have one video, one image is just like Doug Ford like on the phone where you can't really tell. So maybe that's why the thumbnail sucks. But he's looking out a window basically, and the other side is just her looking disgusted. And that's like it's silly and it's dumb, but like I thought it was a funny little thumbnail. And I feel like when I see people do an honest thumbnail that it may not be an incredible Photoshop or anything, but it's just this is what the content is, and there's you could tell they made it themselves. There's some real like there's soul in that.
Yeah,
like, you made something, and now if I'm into the content of the video, I'll click on the video and watch it. But it's if you relying on AI for your thumbnail, you're probably relying on AI for your scripts, if you're doing scripts or whatever. So it's just it leads to me just not trusting the content and just thinking that you're really just putting videos out to get clicks and not really to try to inform or entertain.
Yeah, if you can't take the extra 20, 30 minutes to make a thumbnail yourself, then that tells me the video is going to be lazy too. You're just shitting out content. So why would I even bother? I have the same visceral response that you have, David, where it's like if I see AI in the thumbnail, I'm turned off by it. Because just take the time to put together something that tells us you care about the video. If you are putting out content that is so low effort that you can't even be bothered to make a thumbnail, then fuck you. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people feel like they don't have the skills because it takes time to learn how to use Photoshop or an editing program. But listen, we all have to learn, and that's what makes it so much more meaningful and better. Like, you develop a skill over time. And like David, my thumbnails aren't super like flashy or anything like that, but it's really about the meaning you convey and the message you want to send to people. And it just, when you just put this big AI like text on it with like some politician crying, like a lot of people like the anti-Trump slop channels will just have like, different AI generated pictures of Trump crying. It screams laziness to me.
Yeah, I'd rather just see a real photo of Trump and just like one that you thought captured what you have in the video about him than you generating a fake AI image of Trump. Like, it's just so gross to me.
You can even take the time if you want to put fake tears over him. I have like a whole folder of different shit like that.
Yeah, that's creative. That's different. That's fine. But to generate the whole image, like this image that never existed through AI, like, I just think it's lazy and it's just weird.
Yeah. And it's like when I see a picture of Trump in the thumbnail where he's crying and he's like in a diaper and it's all shitty, I just think, bro, this is for boomers. This is not for us.
This is like boomer slop. Like.
This is not for our generation. Who's this supposed to appeal to? And I'm not calling out anybody in particular. It's just the general observation that I've seen with the growing ubiquity of AI. I fucking hate it. It's so awful. And I'm honestly a little bit authoritarian when it comes to this. I'm straight up in favor of banning generative AI 100%. I can't stand this shit. I'm sick of it.
Also, if you can't make a thumbnail, just take a screenshot from your video. Like, just use whatever, YouTube suggests, like a few shots from the video when you upload it. If you don't have a thumbnail, that's fine. Like,
right.
I'll use, when I do like in the rare cases, I do like a live stream or I do, some kind of on the spot video. I typically don't do a thumbnail afterwards. I'll just use a screenshot from the video. And that's, I don't know. It's just more honest.
No, 100%. I've become so negatively polarized against AI that I would rather watch a video of some newbie who like put up a thumbnail where they don't know the dimensions of the thumbnail. So it's like an image that's stretched all the way across. I'd rather click on that. Penguin Zero, like Moist Critical still does that. I'd rather watch that than some AI generated thing because at least it's authentic, right? It's just somebody, putting a tiny dash of effort in. Just, hey, I just found this picture. I don't give a fuck about the dimensions. I'll at least upload that. I didn't just put generate thumbnail of woke liberal crying. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, I do feel like AI kind of or lowered the bar to what is acceptable for thumbnails. Because I agree with you.
True.
Like, I used to I went to film school, so the idea of like someone stretching an image out for the thumb, just like, what? Like, please don't do that. Please use the proper dimensions. But now when I see it, I'm like, that's like cute. Like,
same.
They don't know how to resize an image. That's adorable.
I gotta say, out of all the things, thumbnails are probably on the bottom of my list of holding up the sanctity of.
That's fair. That's fair. It's our craft,
I just think
it's our domain.
To a larger problem. Like, I agree with you. This is the biggest issue.
If there's one like artistic thing I don't care about, if AI is used, it's probably a YouTube thumbnail.
Oh no, I spend enough time on YouTube where it matters to me. Don't
Same.
fuck up thumbnails.
Thumbnails to me are automatically like the lowest form. Like, they're all just clickbait. They're all just meant to draw people in. Like, it doesn't matter to me, the thumbnail part.
Maybe I'm just YouTube poisoned, where my brain just thinks in thumbnails and YouTube titles. Maybe that's what it is. Because I watch a lot of YouTube. It's like kind of I think I watch YouTube more than streaming services.
I definitely do, for sure.
Yeah, I'm always constantly having like podcasts on or something in the background when I'm playing games, or at least try to, because my brain, like, I don't want to be alone in my own thoughts. But yeah, I think about the YouTube stuff quite a bit.
Like, the thing that really bothers me, honestly, is AI music. That really gets. Maybe it's because I was a musician, and it really gets my gears. Like, you're not a musician, you're not an artist if you just type
Where
in.
do you come across that though? Like, is there popular AI music out there?
Dude, like Spotify, like, yes, it's getting really bad.
Okay,
all those streaming platforms are full of full-on AI music, and I don't mean like
Do they mark it?
I don't mean like someone did like a T-Pain style like effect that was computer generated or something. No, like literally people put in prompt like make me top 40 pop song and generate party lyrics. And that's all they do. And it spits out a song and they upload it to Spotify or whatever. And people fucking listen to that shit. And it gets tons of streams on Spotify and people get paid for that.
Okay, yeah, that's fucked up. Does Spotify mark it as this is AI content or no?
They just started labeling it because people were complaining. They just started labeling it.
Well, that's that. Hopefully they continue.
And like to me, it's the most gross, honestly, because like, and I don't well, not most gross. It's up there with like video, like at least like with no, I don't want to say this in a way that demeans it, but I mean like okay, with an AI generated photo that's not hyper realistic, that like is meant to look like a cartoon or whatever. Yeah. I hate it. But at least you're not looking at something that should have been real. Like it's a cartoon image. Mm-hmm. Like you're listening to AI music that has a human voice and it's used someone else's voice or a hodgepodge of voices to generate this human voice. And I just think it's gross.
It's theft.
I mean, there's lots of AI YouTube channels as well that have like AI content. And I mean, I pick it up immediately, but I guess there are people out there who don't realize what they're watching or listening to is just some AI slop put together and turned into like a podcast or like a breakdown of some topic.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's lots of that out there.
I agree wholeheartedly with both of what you're saying, although I will admit I do enjoy the Iran AI songs. But that's the one exception.
Oh, listen, every now and then, like I guess, like used for the case of a meme, where the point of the meme is that it is AI slop. I guess that's not so bad.
Yeah. If it's, I mean, I still don't really like it, but if the point of it is that it's not real, it's AI, then I understand.
Yeah. Somebody says they've perfected the slop. Fuser says this. Yeah, and I mean, like they have much, much worse water problems than we do. So if they're okay using the resources for that, if they think the propaganda is worthwhile, then you go for it. But I mean, they're tapping into some good shit there. It's the only slop that I like. Maybe it's also because they're making fun of Donald Trump, and I don't like Donald Trump. I don't know, but yeah. AI
also you could usually tell an AI song too based on the lyrics. Like they think everything, they think like the AI generators think like the lyrics all need to like rhyme like a storybook rhyme. It's so bad. Like it's really bad.
I haven't listened to enough to notice the little quirks like of AI songs in particular. I avoid it. Well, so I did have other stuff to get to. So, as you all know, there was the Francesca Hung election in Wisconsin. She unfortunately lost. But we're getting some additional details about why she lost. I know that a lot of people cited her lack of ads, which is a big thing. Another was the Thanksgiving tweet. And I'll kind of go through this, but I'm sure you both would be surprised to learn that her opponent, the moderate Democrat, David Crowley, the Republicans are calling him a socialist, surprisingly. So that is their main attack, seemingly, so far. So I have a couple of attacks that I'll play of him by the Republican opponent, Tom Tiffany, who, by the way, if you've ever listened to this guy talk, he is the least charismatic Republican I think I've ever heard speak. He is just, it's like listening to paint dry. It's really bad. It's almost shocking. But the first thing that I wanted to share here is, so somebody talked to a voter. Hang on, I gotta add that to stage. There we go. About why they were leaning towards Hung and then ended up breaking for Crowley. And they say, this is a report
is it
from
about
the
Thanksgiving?
You're gonna be shocked, David.
Oh my god,
Chris said
before we even get to that, I fucking told people when that shit was going around on Twitter that day. I'm like, you don't have. It was all the fucking leftists like retweeting it out. I'm like, it's a bad answer. You don't have to prop something up that really isn't anything. And it became this massive thing. Like, it's just so stupid. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just a really quick sentence here. You're right. Chris said he ended up voting for Crowley, saying that Hong's media appearances and comments on holidays would not fly anywhere and didn't sit right with me personally. And I would love to talk to this particular individual who's like, yeah, I'm going to vote for her. I like what she's saying. Moratorium on data centers. And then he hears her talk about Thanksgiving and he's like, you know what? Fuck that. Bring in the data centers. I can't tolerate the talk about Thanksgiving in this way. It's just too offensive. Like, what? What? You deserve data centers now. I hope they put it in your backyard, buddy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this is insane. And maybe I'm so, I mean, it's not just me, but maybe I feel so strongly about it because in Oregon, we have like the 5th highest number of data centers throughout the country. And you cannot drive anywhere without seeing a motherfucking data center. It is an eyesore. They're everywhere. Nobody likes them. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. I have literally only seen one Oregonian defend data centers. And it's some boomer Republican on Facebook who's like, well, but China's going to win. And that's in reaction to a news story about our governor finally getting bullied into pausing one data center. And it's shocking to me that this was not alone a motivating factor for voters because her opponent, the guy who won, David Crowley, is saying he does not support a moratorium. And he's kind of leaning into it, whereas the Republican is taking the opposite approach. And I think, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope that Crowley wins because I don't want the Republican to win, obviously. But I think that Hong was the more electable candidate. There was a leaked memo that Ken Klippenstein talked about. I know I did a video about this. I think you did too, David, where they were actually talking about how they were afraid that Hong was the more electable candidate because she had this economic message that was more populist.
Yeah.
And so now without that, I don't know. Let me just pull up this. This is from Politics and Poll Tracker.
So the Republican you're saying is against AI data centers?
It seems like that's the
what
case.
They're saying anyways?
He's saying he's drawing a line. I got to look into it more. I mean, it's a Republican, but he seems to be a little bit more savvy than this guy who is saying no moratorium. Like he's unequivocally saying he's not going to support a moratorium. And then if you go to this response by Hassan, he said, like he shares this article of Tom Tiffany, the Republican, saying he's drawing a hard line on data centers. And so,
yeah, I can see Crowley losing based on
yeah. I mean, if he sticks to this, let me just show you what I mean here. So, I mean, these are the numbers. Nobody likes data centers. It's a majority rural, urban, and rural. That's not surprising. Usually they're more conservative, but I mean, they're putting them in rural areas that are destroying these fucking towns. And if you go to this video clip, you don't even have to play it. This is Tom Tiffany sharing this video from the Republican or of the Democrat. Let me make sure you guys can still see that. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. StreamYard is telling me that it lost the connection. But anyways, NBC asks him, what's the number one issue where you disagree the most with Hong? And Crowley says data centers. And he's sharing this and also implying, oh, well, he's not saying abolishing the police or prisons. Now, you see where this is going. You go to the ad, and let me press play. Because you're going to get a sense that, David Crowley is not insulated from the socialist attacks just because he's a moderate.
Oh, there's no sound.
Yeah, there's no sound on it.
Okay, maybe that's what lost the connection. Let me reshare. Stop sharing.
Also, though, I gotta ask, why does this guy love data centers so much?
I don't know.
I'm sure there's some money involved.
It's so weird. I've never heard anyone talk about data centers so much, and this guy just loves bringing them up. Data center, like it's just that's all I know about the guy. That's all I know about the guy. And
yeah,
listen, I want to be clear. I would like the Democratic candidate in any race, including this one, to beat the Republican. But what is this guy doing? Why does he always got to bring up data centers? like people bring up how Hong's should have stayed away from the Thanksgiving stuff. Sure, okay. Why is no one bringing up why can't this guy just shut up about data centers? Like, just stop talking about them, man. Just stop talking about them. Holy shit.
There's a clip of him where he says something like, and I'm paraphrasing, oh, we need to be screaming from the rooftops to like try to entice venture capital from coming into the state.
This guy thinks he has popular positions, but they're incredibly pro-corporate, pro-elite, isolated positions that he's been told are very popular, when in reality they are not.
Yeah, and honestly, I am terrified. If the Republican does lean into this data center issue, I honestly think that Crowley is cooked. He has the blue wave going for him in his favor. Like it's an anti-Trump year, but still.
Why is no one bringing this up to like all you saw, of course, when it comes to a left-wing candidate or a DSA candidate is, oh, they're bad at this. Oh, they shouldn't. Oh, they're weak on this in the general. They got to stop bringing this up. They need to stop doing this. Why is no one saying the friggin' moderate Dem, who is the Democratic candidate for governor of Wisconsin, should shut up about data centers already?
Because you answered the question, because he is the moderate Dem. That's why they're not attacking him over it. So, Francesca Hong mentions Thanksgiving and her whole thing about Thanksgiving. That becomes a massive fucking issue because she's on the left. This guy has clearly worse positions on everything, but it's not an issue because he supports the status quo. So that's ultimately, that's why I get so annoyed at people who you would think would be supporting Hong, but they're making a big deal out of her answer on Thanksgiving. Whereas you didn't have to bring it up at all. You could have ignored the clip. You could have never acknowledged it, never said anything. But every fucking account on the internet bringing this shit up as if it's the biggest deal in the fucking world while ignoring Crowley.
It is amazing to me, like in general, how so much of this is just like, hire a good communications person. Holy shit. Like, like, why is no one saying like, listen, first of all, he should have a better position on it. Obviously, that's the main thing. But I'm even coming from a place where if the guy talks up data centers so much, clearly he's not going to change his mind. So at the very least, why are you still constantly talking about it?
I feel like the only explanation that I can think of, there's no way he is just a fan of data centers. It's got to be him sending the bat signal to big tech saying, hey, bankroll me, I'll be your guy, I'll open us up, you can bring in as many data centers as you want, all fucking sites are up for sale, you name it, I'm your guy. That's the only thing I could think of. And
it's a very, very weird position though to take, because I can't think of any issue that so roundly has united people from across the ideological spectrum than like, we don't want a data center being built here. I don't know anyone who is pro build a data center in my town.
No, it's like an 80-20 issue. And now that so many people are mobilized against it, it doesn't matter where you go, rural towns, like people are showing up to town halls and they are berating city councilors and mayors for daring to put data centers in their backyards, because even though they would love the economic development, they don't want to live next to these fucking things. And it's going to invite so much blowback, and I don't know what to say. If the Republican in this race leads into that, it's game set match. Here's the ad, by the way, from the Republican. He's a Republican, but this ad I think could land because he's trying to at least feign populism. He's trying to have a message other than like, hey, let's put immigrants into fucking gas chambers. I'll just play it though so you can see it.
Failed executive David Crowley spent recklessly, botched health insurance for thousands, raised property and sales taxes. Even David Crowley says there's no.
Oh boy, this video is not playing very good, Mike.
It's not. Okay, well, no. I'll go ahead. Is the audio fucked up too?
That's the guy. That's the guy you're gonna lose to if you keep talking data centers.
That's the guy. I'll play it through mine.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it's not playing, but I'll send it to David. I just want you all to hear this guy talk also, because it's like fucking the blandest personality ever. He has no sauce.
And people have to understand too, like when we're talking data centers, like the reason this is a big issue now is because the data centers are specifically to deal with AI compute resources. Like this isn't like a data center because like, oh, I like my social media and they need somewhere to store everything and they need the servers to be. No. That's not. When we're talking building all these data centers, these companies are doing it specifically for AI in mind. So when this bubble bursts and you got a giant fucking multi-acre building in your town that's just empty and unused and an eyesore and ruining the entire value of whatever your town proposes, and then you're going to end up getting the equivalent of like vacant abandoned towns from factories closing down like you did a couple of decades ago. You get that equivalent here with data centers. Like that's what we're talking about.
Yep.
Like these are data centers specifically for AI compute, AI processing. And that's what you're going to ruin your town with, these short-term gains from tech companies who will leave you high and dry when the bubble bursts.
Failed executive David Crowley spent recklessly, botched health insurance for thousands, raised property and sales taxes. Even David Crowley says there's no real difference between him and socialists.
Jeez, that's crazy. I'm Tom Tiffany. My common sense plan, supporting law enforcement, cutting your taxes, and raising academic achievement. Kids who can read, a home you can own, and a community that's safe. Now that's how we move Wisconsin forward together.
Failed
Yeah, that's a good ad for him.
As far as Republican standards, you know, it could be worse. I wanted to share this clip that's circulating with Tom Tiffany. I don't know if I could play it. Maybe it's just that video. Might be. I'll share the link with you, David, just in case it's fucked up. But it is a Republican sharing the clip calling David Crowley a socialist. Because of course they were gonna fucking do that. I mean, before anybody knew what the DSA was, Republicans were calling Obama a communist. So the fact that they think that that's not going to be the case now, it's so funny to me. And I think they know, right? So Justin, Trump-endorsed Wisconsin governor candidate Tom Tiffany exposes that Democrat nominee David Crowley is a socialist, just like Francesca Hong. Now, listen, the rebuttal will be, well, you know, it's because of Hong that he's weaker. No. They would call him a socialist either way if Hong wasn't in the race. They always call Democrats socialists and communists. Trump called Biden a communist. Like, this is never going to change. He said, my policies will be very similar, not much different than Hong. Democrats have capitulated to the socialists here in Wisconsin. They are socialists now. We just think common sense is going to prevail. And by the way, I'm reading this in a much more flamboyant way than he says it, I'm sure. I haven't watched the clip, but this guy... he has no juice. We just think common sense is going to prevail. And I think it's a bipartisan issue that people want lower property taxes. They want utility bills kept under control. Those things that are all about affordability. He's running on affordability. I mean, if one dude's running on data centers and one dude is running on affordability and maybe not
especially
allowing data
when
centers,
this is a governor, like I feel like the argument falls flatter if it's a senator, somebody that's going to be within Trump's orbit answering to Trump. But when it's a governor, I think there's a little more leeway for in the voter's mind that maybe I can actually trust this Republican because he's not running for Senate. He's just going to be, you know, our own state guy. I could see people falling for this.
Yeah, I mean, if you were a Hong supporter and then you saw the Thanksgiving tweet and you're like, okay, never mind, I'm going to vote for data centers. I mean, what's stopping you from hearing this guy, Tom Tiffany, and think, oh, you know what? Yeah, I guess I'll vote for him now. I mean, I don't know what's going on in Wisconsin. You're all about, I do know for sure you're probably going to get a bunch of data centers in your backyard, even if the Republican wins and he's against them because he's a Republican. Let me try to play this. I don't know if it'll work. Let me know if this sounds like shit or is shitty.
Came in the final 2 weeks and they said, we have got to change this.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
When Francesca Hong imploded, which started when she said that the police officer committed an execution. That was the beginning of the end for her. And they were like, we've got to get somebody else here in Wisconsin. And they were able to execute that with David Crowley.
Congressman Tiffany, can you tell me, because what I'm reading, their policies aren't all that different, are they? I mean, is David Crowley maybe a polished up version of Francesca Hong, or am I reading that incorrectly?
The leading questions.
Yeah, it's a great point. Just 2 weeks ago, when they were having their debates, David Crowley never challenged Francesca Hong for the beliefs that she has. If you're trying to win a race, wouldn't you try to paint some contrast between you and your opponent? And he went on to say, my policies will be very similar, not much different than Francesca Hong, the socialist. The Democrats have capitulated to the socialists here in Wisconsin.
Socialists.
Their leadership has capitulated. They are socialists now.
You know, I was digging into the numbers.
Why are they showing her just eating?
Hong, and I want to make this point. It was Madison. It's kind of an urban far-left crowd that voted for her from that beautiful town, city. And then some of the rural communities got on board. It was more of a coalition for David Crowley. What is your strategy against him?
Oh, our strategy is the same since we started nearly a year ago, Harris. It's a 72-county strategy. There's been a few times we Republicans haven't been as vigorous in places like Dane County, which is Madison. We are competing in every corner of the state because we just think common sense is going to prevail. And I think it's a bipartisan issue that people want lower property taxes. They want their utility bills kept under control, those things that are all about affordability. That's not a partisan issue, and we think we're going to have people that are going to join us in that effort here.
I've just got to say, Americans care a lot about property taxes. They will not shut the fuck up about property taxes. They will defund every school in America if their property taxes is like 5 cents lower. So, I again, like, I hope Crowley wins. I really do. But he's got to make a pivot to the left if he wants to win. I know that that goes against conventional
wisdom. You're not going
wisdom.
to appeal to Republicans who are going to vote for the Republican. Like,
right.
He has to appeal to a base that would otherwise not come out for anybody. Like, That's the biggest issue that he has, is that young people are just not going to vote for him. And people that are disillusioned with both parties are just not going to vote for anybody. And it's going to hurt him more than the Republican. Like that's always going to be the issue. That's why left-wing candidates are always more electable. The issue is always the primary for them because they have to win the Democratic base, which up until really this year hasn't really been able to happen in any kind of consistent way. Now you're actually finally seeing some pushback with, like, Abdul al-Sayed and good candidates being able to win. But historically, the issue has always been the primary because in the general, left-wing candidates are able to get out young people and are able to get out more left-leaning independents who otherwise just wouldn't vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, I think that David Crowley has the fact that it is a anti-Trump, anti-Republican year where people are very mobilized to get out and vote against Republicans. But I think he really does has his work cut out for him. But again, I don't know. I mean, it's America. A Thanksgiving tweet can sway these people, so anything can happen. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to predict what people in America are going to do because they're stupid and they're easily swayed.
I just don't get how Americans can be sitting right now experiencing the worst affordability crisis of their lifetimes and still considering voting for Republicans. When you are living under Republican rule. The reason why your life sucks and why you can't afford anything is because of right-wing policy. You are living it right now. Why would you be afraid of socialists when it is the opposite of what you're experiencing right now? You should be like, yes, good, something completely different. That sounds good to me because right now everything sucks. Why would I want to vote for the status quo when everything is garbage? Like, why don't people see this? Why don't people understand? It's so obvious to me. Of course you want something different. Now is the time to vote for something different. How stupid do you have to be to continue considering voting Republican?
I think it's
some people don't care. Some people don't care about giving pain to themselves, even if it means owning the libs or hating the other. I mean,
still, where they can't afford their fucking rent or gas or groceries.
I wish that wasn't the case, but yes, some people are psychotic.
I mean, listen, I
walk off the fucking ledge because it's over. Like you can't continue existing being so fucking stupid. It's enough. It's enough for you people.
David, I mentioned before, I don't know if you heard how I have one MAGA family member. I don't know why they voted for Trump. This is a close family member. I don't know why they voted for Trump. I haven't talked to them since because I don't talk to Trump supporters, even if they're family. I suspect that they voted for Donald Trump because they wanted to fuck over trans people. We have a trans family member that they rejected. But even after finding out that they are going to lose their Medicaid because of Trump's big bullshit bill, still completely support him completely back him no matter what, blame Biden for everything. Even the Epstein pedophilia, just fake news, just in one ear, out the other. These people.
That's a cult. That's cult.
It's a cult, and
you
also
can't help those people.
It's stupid, but it's stupidity for sure. And also, they just don't want to admit that they're ever wrong, because if they admit that, oh, okay, I fucked up by supporting this person, and by the way, the person who I don't even think they voted. I just think they love Trump, but they didn't even get off their asses to vote for him, which is funny. But it's like I'll take the hit, and I'll go ahead and be more poor just to fuck over, people I don't like. Although I don't think that a lot of them have even connected those dots. I don't think they're smart enough. It's like, wow, I hope that, my Medicaid doesn't get fucked over by Donald Trump's big bullshit bill. But if it does, I guess I'll just have to blame Biden. Like, it's that level of thinking, and they don't view that as a contradiction. It's just, I don't think that they think. Like, a lot of these people, I don't even think they have fucking internal monologues. I think that they're just drones.
So they're soulless. They're just
almost
they're
NPCs.
Sociopaths. They have nothing.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
just empty skulls. They're just fucking.
They're bags of meat, barely sentient.
They're just meat bags walking around.
You can have a fucking more comprehensive conversation with the NPC in Oblivion than any Trump supporter. It truly is useless. It's useless to talk to them, because these people, they just are on a different plane. I've gotten into arguments with some of my Trump supporting family members, and you can find a little bit of like anti-establishment rationale within them. But within 5 to 10 minutes, you're talking about the apocalypse and how Jesus is going to come back and smite all the immigrants or some shit like that. You cannot talk to these people. And I've been trying to stress this to a lot of liberals, and I think most liberals get this now. But back in 2016, around 2020, people were under this impression that you can get through to these people somehow. And unfortunately, you can't. You really have to cut your losses with most of them. I think that there's a path back to rationality, maybe for some of them, if they're able to educate themselves and get therapy and rehabilitate themselves. But it takes a lot, because like, even if you like, I'm working on a video about regretful Trump voters and a support group that keeps getting trolled. But like, a common theme after watching a bunch of videos and reading a bunch of like shit from regretful Trump supporters is that, they did not turn on him until something he did personally affected them. We all know that this is the case for them. So if the underlying stupidity that made you gravitate towards Trump, if the lack of empathy that, made you a Trump supporter in the first place is still in you, then that's not going to change just because Donald Trump, pissed you off. You're going to gravitate towards the next politician is going to be equally cruel, so long as you think there's going to be some gain for yourself. So I don't know how you fix this problem. It's not just the Trump problem. It's an America problem. I mean, you go back to before I was born, motherfuckers voted for Reagan, running on selfishness and corporatism. They voted for Bush. They like over and over again, they have voted to cut off their noses to spite their faces, because Americans just fundamentally are fucking stupid. And I include myself in that, by the way. I'm a dumbass because I'm an American. I was held back by our education system and being homeschooled because we allow that. So it's just, it's tough. I don't know how to fix this problem, but it's going to require more than like anti-Trump negative polarization. Like, we need an actual education program that's mandatory in this country.
I do feel like, though, it's
going to require, it's going to require a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy, and a little bit of stick it to them.
Goodness.
I think it's going to include a little bit of more cleaning the water supply, because I feel like this is just speculation on my part. This is more than just education, because you can teach somebody something and they'll still not care. They'll still vote the wrong way. It doesn't matter. So this comes down to like lead in the water. Like, I think there is a chemical reason why some people are incredibly fucking stupid, and it has to do with pollution. It has to do with lead in the water. It has to do with wherever they lived, wherever they were brought up, whatever food they ate, something fucked with their heads, and they are now this person. And that isn't always the case. There is, of course, just natural occurrence. Some people are mentally ill, and that exists. But I do feel like there has to be something more to this, because if you literally can't teach somebody that this thing happened and that's why that's bad and why you shouldn't support that, then what else? What other explanation is there except that their brains are not working properly?
1,000%. And you're not like, that's not conjecture.
Am I making
There's been
sense?
studies. No, you're making so much sense. There's been studies that confirm that the brains of conservatives are different. It's not just that they're stupid. That's not like that's me paraphrasing the scientific studies I'm citing. But there's one study in particular that shows that their brains, like there's a chemical reaction where panic is what kind of drives them to make decisions. So that's why you see them, fearful of immigrants, fearful of Muslims, trans people, everything. And so that drives their reactionary worldview. So what you're saying is absolutely correct. It's they think differently than the rest of us, and yet they think we're the ones who are fucking stupid. It's crazy. It's like, bro, you think that Donald Trump was gonna deliver for you. You thought he wouldn't deport your family when he ran on mass deportation. It's crazy because I was watching this video of this Trump voter who he's a 75-year-old man, and his 45-year-old girlfriend, who's Venezuelan, was abducted at an airport by ICE, and she's been in detention for around 4 to 6 months, if I'm remembering correctly. And she's probably going to get deported. And he's a longtime Trump voter sitting there crying about how she's a great person. And it's like, bro, you voted for mass deportation. It's like if you stuck your dick in a light socket and was surprised when you got shocked. There are things that are just so obvious that you
I didn't think it would happen to my dick. It's just people are just it's not even just like typical voters. Like I was watching the interview, Jon Stewart talked to Crystal Ball and Sagar. And Sagar apparently, again, I don't watch Breaking Points because I can't stand him, but I like Crystal.
Same.
But Sagar brought up how he was surprised that Donald Trump and the administration went to war with Iran, and he thought it would never happen. Like, you host a fucking news show and you didn't know that Donald Trump is a fucking liar? You didn't know these people have no convictions? This surprised you? Like, otherwise educated people are this fucking stupid? It blows my mind. It's not just the voters. It's people that deliver news that were apparently surprised. And like Sagar, somebody I believe in I believe that he believes what he is saying. Like he's at least not a propagandist. Like I think in the terms of like he's like just spouting lines out there for clicks. Like he is a person that has beliefs. But how did he not see this? Like it's just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, there's a contradiction with Sagar because on one hand, if you listen to him talk, I would not assume he's a Trump supporter because he doesn't sound like Trump supporters. Because quite frankly, Trump supporters sound like they huffed glue before having a conversation with you. But if you listen to him speak and you just like could get a transcript of it, like his ideas they line up a lot with Trump supporters and like boomers even. Like he has gone on this anti-weed tirade multiple times and insinuated that weed is dangerous or something. It's like, bro, are you 85 years old? Why are you fear-mongering about weed? I don't understand. But it's got to go back to that he has that brain chemistry that leads him to like make decisions based on panic. Some people are saying microplastics is an explanation for Trump supporters. We all have that shit.
We all have that though. Yeah,
it's all in our bloodstream.
Maybe it depends on the degree to it though. Maybe if there's certain levels of it.
I feel like I have a lot of microplastics in me. I think I'm at least 45% microplastics, and I'm not like that. Because it's like I know just basic things about the world. I have basic common sense, okay? And it was hard. I grew up in an environment that was like conditioning me to be a dumb fuck, okay? So I should have been the biggest MAGA dick rider in the world based on like my evangelical past, dropping out of homeschool, high school. I mean, motherfucker, I was destined to be a dipshit. And I'm not saying I'm like the smartest person ever, but I acknowledge basic reality where it's like if I stick both of my nuts in a toaster and I toast it, I'm going to burn my balls. These people don't know that. They can't connect the dots like that. They burn their balls and it's like, this toaster is mean to me. Like, and I'm not exaggerating. These people are that stupid.
Considering your upbringing and like where you came, like, it's actually impressive, the person that you became. Like, how did you manage to? Is it because you went to college? Like, how did you manage to break out of the mindset that you were in?
Honestly, it's the stereotypical I went to college and got educated. It was like severe poverty growing up. So it's like, okay, how do I not be poor like everybody in my family? And, my sister's like, you have to go to college. So I went to college, and it took me a long, long time to get through community college. I was very far behind. And then, when you go to college, you learn how to think. And that's really what helped me. I had to challenge pre-existing beliefs. I met different people who were atheists, which was shocking to me, as a fundamentalist. I learned to talk to different people. And also I think it helped that I was a homosexual secretly. And I really had to question my worldview because I grew up thinking that was taboo. That was the sin. And so, I had no choice but to challenge all of the things that was embedded into me. And I think that helped. But, it took a lot of time. And I think that there was something in me that gave me a little bit of a leg up. And it's just like the willingness to do soul searching and admit that I'm wrong. And I think it's not even about intelligence. It's about that. Like, if you are a dumb fuck, but you're introspective, you can learn. Like, stupidity is not something you're stuck with forever. You can educate yourself and you can try to get better and try to become a better person and try to contribute something to the world, anything, no matter how big or small. Like, you can try to be a member of society that is productive. And if you don't have that, if you don't have the ability to just say, man, I was fucking wrong, then I think you're going to end up being a Trump supporter. Because a lot of this is like, they kind of feel like they're backed into a corner by supporting Trump. They feel attacked, even if they know that they're getting fucked over. And it's like, well, now I just have no choice but to double down. I have to fucking lean into this because this is the path that I chose for myself. It never occurs to them to think, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. It's just, it's.
The biggest sign of intelligence to me is humility. Like, just being able to understand admit you were wrong, understand you were wrong, and be able to learn from it and change. Like I've talked, like the first vote I ever had was for a conservative, but I didn't know anything about it. It was literally like the vote was literally, we have had liberals in power for so long, it's time for something different. Like that was literally why I voted that way. I didn't know anything. And you just slowly, like, you learn and you understand like what you care about and what you don't, and what makes sense, what doesn't. And I'm in this work, I'm always learning. Like,
right.
I'm very aware how much I don't know, which often I think that can be very intimidating to people. And we sort of just like kind of submit to never learning because there's no end to knowledge, right? Like, you always have the ability to learn more. But that, I think it allows you, if you open yourself up to being able to change and learning and really getting down to what you care about and what you think should be a priority in society. And for me, that is, universal healthcare, that is universal housing, people being able to live being able to live just a basic life. And then from there, once you have that, that's where you're able to like express yourself creatively or pursue whatever interests you have. But I think we should all have a basic understanding of what we expect from a life. And that's what I value. Now, some people value, markets. Some people value capitalism. And that's where you get to people like Ben Shapiro, who are just, I was watching part of an interview he did with PBD, I think it was this week or last week. And like, this is a guy who all he values is capitalism. And that's his North Star. And to him, that's like human nature is capitalism. And that, to me, that's insane. But you understand, when you understand that, you understand why he does the things he does, why he believes what he believes. And I think we have to get back to that as well when it comes to politics is what is your baseline? Like, what is your desire for society? What is your baseline desire of what you want society to be? Or what is it that moves you? What motivates you? And if we understand that in people, then we can better understand what people are actually about. And I don't know how I got there from talking about humility to that, but,
No, it's
there's
true.
a through line there somewhere.
Yeah. And I will say that I don't want to give people the impression that like it's hopeless because you can move people. But I think the key difference of what we're kind of getting at and what we're kind of teasing out is that if you're like a Trump supporter, you're not going to have the instinct to improve yourself or try to do better or try to be a better person. If it happens, it's because of the people around you. And I've seen this consistently in my life, just with my family members who are conservative and just like stupid. It's always, if they've ever made an improvement and was a better person, it was because people around them dragged them to modernity. Like my homophobic family members, the only reason why they chose to stop being pricks to me is because other family members were like, well, fuck you. If you're going to treat him like shit, We're not going to invite you to our homes. So, we'll invite him, but not you. And so them not wanting to be ostracized is like part of the reason why they evolved. So they couldn't take it upon themselves to be introspective. It was like they got dragged begrudgingly. And the same person who this happened to, they couldn't apply what they learned to our trans family member. All the lessons that, you wanted to think that they learned about a gay person was not applied to a trans person because, now they're having to be dragged again. And now they're a pariah in the family. Nobody wants to hang around with them because it's like, well, you can't say mean things to our trans family member. That's fucked up. We choose them over you if you're going to be a dickhead. If you can't even zip your lips and pretend to be a decent person, we don't want to be around you. And they're currently having to deal with the bed that they made for themselves, where they chose to be a hateful piece of shit to somebody who did nothing to them, just chose to be trans. And yeah, if they choose to embrace trans people one day, it won't be because they had a change of heart. It'll be because, they were dragged to that position by the rest of the family who wouldn't tolerate their bigotry. And so, like, I think you can I don't know if that's scalable. Like, if you can do that on a societal level, I don't know what would actually facilitate that type of dragging into the future other than re-education camps. And I'm really like, I understand why some of these communist dictators did what they did. I understand some of the decisions made by Fidel Castro and, Hugo Chavez, because if you have these fascists in your country like a fucking virus, they will tear it apart from inside. And, with liberals, we let it fester. Democrats wanted to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. David Crowley, who we talked about, was like, oh, Democrats don't have a monopoly on good ideas. Republicans have some ideas too. So it's like, no, you can't treat them that way. They would never treat you that way.
Yeah. When has a Republican ever been asked to moderate themselves for Democratic voters or for left-wing voters? That has literally never happened on cable news ever. But it always happens. It's always expected the other way around. It's just, right. Especially now, how can people still be arguing for that when you have the pure uncut right-wing trash that these people want? You see how terrible it is, and you're still asking the left to moderate themselves? Like, fuck you, fuck off, no. And I think voters also understand that you're full of shit. Finally, it took 10 years. They should have got it when Bernie was running in 2016. But finally, people have fucking caught up. I'm talking about Democratic voters. Finally fucking caught up to reality and realized, yeah, maybe a different path now after these fucking losers have lost so many times.
And that it still hurts because it's nice that we've all been saying the same shit now for more than a decade. We've all been online, doing this shit for more than a decade now. And it's nice to see that validation of a bunch of liberals say, you guys are right. But at the same time, it's like, thanks for admitting that now that it's too late. Thanks for coming to this realization now that the climate is cooked. Like that 12-year window that the IPCC gave us in 2018, that's closed. I mean, fascism has taken over the country. Like, I appreciate you coming to our side. Let's still try to fix shit. But man, it really stings that now you're on board because you really should have done that soul searching 10 years ago. And I don't want to beat up on people who are genuinely like evolving. Like, I don't want to beat up on liberals who we could possibly align with, or the Democratic Party voters who are much more radicalized now. But I can't not ever be bitter about like what was lost. I can't ever think about like Bernie, like, oh god, he's the one that got away. And it's not like this motherfucker was like a deity. Like, I probably would have been attacking him on my show if he got elected president because he would have pissed me off. But like, just giving us a chance at like shifting the paradigm globally and, showing people around the world that mere social democracy is the way to address the dystopia that was created by neoliberalism and late stage capitalism. So it's hard to not be bitter about that, but I am trying not to take it out on liberals like I would on like MAGA, which I just unload on them because fuck those people.
Yeah, no, people need space to be able to learn and grow, and I get all that, but it is definitely. It's definitely annoying being right about something 10 years before. Like,
it is.
You know what I mean?
It is.
Like, there is definitely something to the saying ignorance is bliss, because if I was fucking stupid, I'd be a much happier person. Like,
oh my God.
If I just didn't know anything, I would probably, if I didn't, I would probably be a lot happier. Now, I wouldn't be a good person probably, or at least not as good of a person, but I would be happier because I wouldn't know anything. And It's just easier. It's easier being kept in the dark.
That's such a great point, David. Maybe that explains their motivations because honestly, I was a lot happy. Well, I feel like I remember being happier when I was stupid, but I was younger. But like, these people are at least living better lives than us, at least in terms of happiness, because I feel like if you are aware that climate change is going to make our planet uninhabitable, there's just like this lingering feeling of existential dread. Maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm projecting that I cannot fucking shake. Like, it's just always in the back of my mind where it's like, is this the next generation? Whenever somebody has a baby, it's like, are you going to be the last last generation? Like, it's just this lingering feeling of we fucked things up so bad that I don't know that it's even reversible at this point. Like, what are we leaving behind for future generations? I don't know. So maybe ignorance is the best way to go. Maybe we should all just get stupid and huff glue and become idiocracy. Maybe that's how. If we're all dumb fucks, then it doesn't affect anybody, right?
Well, it affects people who know what's going on, though. Unless,
but they have to be dumb fucks too.
Oh well, yeah, sure. But getting to that point is incredibly tough. You have to go back to I guess we have to reverse back to being cavemen. Like we just have to do a complete cycle back.
That's true.
Being morons.
What's faster? Getting everybody, or at least like most people, 90% to wake up, or just getting everybody to be complete dumb fucks? Like if we just all eat paint. Like, I think that'd be faster. That's the way to achieve, societal harmony.
I mean, I think we're already there. I think we're already at the 90% fucking stupid. So
that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. No, it's a good question though. Yeah. I don't know. It's easier being dumb, so it's probably easier to get people to be stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how popular these fucking right-wing shows are. They have millions of views. Like, who is it? I saw some thumbnail. I think it was a Benny Johnson thumbnail. I forget what it was. I think it was her. He did some video about AOC or something. I guess with her freezing her eggs, and it's just some crazy title, some crazy video, like 100,000 views in like 4 hours, and it's just you're a completely insane person. This video is insane, and you got 100,000 people to watch this garbage in the span of 4 hours. Like it's just people that are on the right who are going insane over AOC freezing her eggs. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with you.
I know.
Who cares? Like, what? Like, why? What? It's so stupid.
The second that I saw the headline about AOC freezing her eggs, I thought, oh no, they're not going to be able to be normal about this. Right wingers are going to have a field day with that for some reason. We just, yeah.
Oh my god! I'm just looking at Benny Johnson's his stupid fucking channel. All AI, the shit we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
all
pull
AI
it up.
Thumbnails.
I want people to know what we're talking about with the AI shit.
Should I bring this up?
Yes. Show them what we mean.
Look at this fucking
He also
idiot.
starts every video with an AI generated video of something like related to what he's talking about.
Look at this fucking idiot and his dumbass thumbnails.
Awful. So awful.
Like AOC,
those are pretty bad. Those are pretty bad.
These are all. I'm looking for the one that I saw about her eggs or whatever. This is like, oh my god, the amount of videos he does and the views he gets for just complete fucking trash. Abdul, he's finished. What is this? Exposed for demanding ban on football. Like, what are you talking about?
Look at the Fauci thumbnail. That's fucking crazy. Look at his face.
Oh my god. Just so. I'm sorry. I see shit like this and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, there's no hope for humanity. This is the one that I saw. AOC's big reveal.
Oh,
shocks the internet. Lifts up her shirt to reveal her medical treatment.
Can you click on it?
152,000 views.
No, that's not okay. That's just not okay.
I'm not going to click the video because I'm not going to fuck my algorithm up. But he's just looking at videos of her and her, I guess her ex. Like, the fucking weirdo, man.
If you ever watch one of his videos, it's just him very monotonely going over Twitter. He has, like, I shit you not, probably like 20 or 30 tabs up, and he just slowly goes through them and reads them and reacts, like, barely. Like, it's to even call it political commentary is an abomination. It's not even. He's just literally reading Twitter and being like, huh. And he can shit out like 25 videos an hour, and each one of them are just bangers. It's so unfair because like we take the time to meticulously craft the shit we want to talk about, and that shit, we're lucky if it gets like 50K. It's so fucking, it's unfair.
Oh I mean, God. I think the obvious answer is we got to start making some AI thumbnails.
You know, it only works in the dumb audience that wants to see shit about the WNBA, like whatever. Like, there's, what is this? Two women. Like, there's another one here. Let me bring it back up.
Oh, I know what you're referring to.
Like this one here, Sophie attacked. Mega Barbie Sophie Cunningham attacked. I don't know what any of this is about. Like the shit these people get into. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm getting depressed.
I went down that rabbit hole, David.
Off the page.
I was gonna talk about that in a video, but then I thought, why am I giving this any air? So I decided not to. Basically, the WNBA has a policy that trans women are allowed to play, and some player, Sophie Cunningham, said that she doesn't want to play with trans women. And then, of course, Riley Gaines came out to
that wasn't
her.
even that. You're giving her too much credit. Even that there was even that this was even a topic up for debate. She just randomly, or seemingly randomly, came out and started talking about how it's protecting women's sports. Like there was no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was no. There was no conversation about this. She decided in an interview to bring it up.
Oh, okay. So. Yeah, the origin is a little bit was murky for me. Where I jumped on was when it was Enes Kanter Freedom and Royce White both decided that to own trans people, they're going to say that they're trans and join the WNBA. Now, I'm no sports fan. I don't think it works that way. I don't think you could just join any sports league. Like you have to probably. What were you going to say, Matt? Can you hear me?
Matt?
Sorry, I froze up.
Oh, I thought I froze up.
I think I froze up.
You must have froze up.
Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, these two right-wing dipshits are trying to, I guess, show people how crazy it is to let trans people play in the WNBA because they're declaring themselves trans and they're trying to join the WNBA. It doesn't work that way. As we learned from Lady Ballers, Ben Shapiro wanted that to be a documentary, but he realized that you can't just say you're trans if you're not trans and join. There's a lot more that goes into it. And, you know, you saw Royce White, the NBA player. He did this as a stunt because he was running for Congress, got his cheeks clapped, by the way, came in a distant third. Now he's running for president. But he was doing interviews wearing a wig.
He's running for president. No, I think he's running for Congress.
No, he was running for Congress, but he lost his election. He came in third, and now he is running for president, according to him.
For president? Oh my God!
Because that's logically what you do, right? You lose your bid for Congress, and then you go for a higher office. So he's pulling a Richard Ojeda.
Oh my God! Oh, these guys! Oh boy!
But he's putting on wigs, and he thinks that is sufficient to be considered a trans woman. Where it's like, okay, listen, if you really want to commit to this bit. Start taking HRT, motherfucker, after a couple of years, then come back and see if you'll qualify for the WNBA. Because they honestly believe in this caricature that, like, if you're a cis dude, all you have to do is put on a wig and say, I'm a woman, and they're like, right into the WNBA, sir. You come right along. That's not how it fucking works. That's never how it's worked. And like, as people are pointing out with like Lady Ballers, that's what Ben Shapiro tried to do. They wanted it to be a documentary where cis men LARPed as trans women and joined sports teams, but they couldn't because the criteria was much more stringent. They don't just let any Tom, Dick, or Harry come in and play sports. Like, you actually have to be a trans person, which makes you a woman. You know, if you're on HRT, all of these like physical advantages they harp on, they're basically eliminated. And that's not Mike from the Humanist Report saying that. That's actually what's being learned now with new data that's coming out. In fact, one study showed that trans women are at a physical disadvantage compared to cis women. So it's ridiculous. But they think that if they do this, then, I don't know, it'll show how silly trans people are when they don't realize they're the ones who look like jokes. And it's just sad because NS Kenter Freedom, whatever the fuck his name is, he's like a little follower. He's following Royce White, and it's like, bro, get your own shtick. He's doing the trans thing. Now you have to do something else. Now you have to like put on big fake boobs and LARP is like Christy Gnome's husband or something. You can't do the same thing because you just look like a copycat at this point. It's derivative. I don't know. These people are fucking pathetic, and they really should hurt themselves. I don't know how they can harp on this in 2026.
That's the main issue here, too. By the way, we should make that clear. He's a copycat.
That is the main issue. Be original in your transphobia, sir.
There's no originality in that topic.
No,
like the whole
same talking points.
So this whole thing is so stupid because it's not like they clearly are just like mining the outrage from their followers because they know this is something that gets their goat. But like it's just not an issue. It just isn't. It isn't an issue. You just can't find people who excuse me. You can't find anyone who's actually in professional sports who is a trans person because this is just not an issue. It's just not an issue.
It's such a small percentage of the population. I mean, trans people statistically,
that's just people.
You know?
That's just people. Oh yeah, the trans community as at large is also such a small percentage, and then you even get even smaller than that and talk about transgender athletes, and then you get even smaller than that, transgender athletes that are even playing at a competitive level, and then you get even smaller than that when you look for professional athletes who are trans, and they're basically, at least in the major sports in the United States, non-existent.
Yeah. The number, it's hard to track because there's such a small amount of players. But in 2023, one researcher, based on their count, it was there at the K through 12 level, there was a total of 5 trans athletes in the entire country. 5.
And this is where
most states have banned trans athletes.
And this is where it gets like really odious because like this is who they're talking about. Like when Sophie Cunningham and all these anti-trans activists are out there saying no transgender people in women's sports, they're basically bullying children because those are that's the only place you're gonna find trans people in sports at a competitive what am I saying competitive level? It's kid sports at an organized level, I guess you can say, because we're not talking like pick up at the local park. We're talking about teams that are practice together and play games together on a regular basis. But we're talking about children, like literally children. We're talking about elementary school kids. We're talking about high school kids, and that's who they're bullying. They don't want these half dozen literal children to be accepted by their peers and able to live out their childhood like anyone else and play sports. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah. It's not a real it's not an issue, and they bring it up because it's a culture war thing, and it's a way to distract from people's daily lives, things that are directly affecting them every single day, like the cost of everything. And it's the same thing with the Hassan stuff. Like all this focus on Hassan is so weird. it's all because they can't. I mean, there was a guy on Fox News literally saying, I forget his name, but I did a video this week where I brought the clip up, literally saying that he's talked to Republicans, and right now the only card they have to play it's the Hassan card, and he's not sure if that's going to work out for them in the fall because people are still worried about groceries, they're still worried about cost of living. And they don't know if fear-mongering Hassan is necessarily going to be the winning strategy for the Republican Party. And I tend to agree with him. I don't think it's going to be a winning strategy to just try and fear-monger Hassan or whatever, any culture war issue. I don't think it's really going to be the thing in the midterms because there are actual issues that people are dealing with.
Yeah. The whole thing is just like but their base at least eats it up, and for the vast majority of them, that's all they care about because it's a money-making grift. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all they got.
And people get hurt from their money making grift, but they don't care.
Mm-hmm. They're sickening, and I just feel like they've. I mean, this is a dead horse at this point. Like the well is dry, and they're still trying to milk transphobia in 2026 because I think that they believe if they play all the greatest hits, then the old Trump coalition from 2024 will get back together. But I mean, things have changed. Thankfully, people are pissed off at Donald Trump because the economy is in the shitter. So I think maybe if they're making a calculation that like doubling down on culture war stuff is going to help carry them to victory. But as we learned in 2024, when people feel the economic squeeze, they're not going to vote for you. They'll vote against the party in power. It doesn't matter. Like Trump was running as Hitler too, running against democracy. And people were like, well, he is going to bring down the cost of eggs by 5 cents. So fuck it.
And Kamala says she's not changing much from Biden. So that can't be the solution. She's going around with Liz Cheney. So that's not going to excite the young people or like the left. So there you go.
So
you fucking lost.
Yeah. And you know, I of all people, Harris Faulkner of Fox News made a really good point actually about socialists, and I did a video about this. Basically, you know, they're saying there is a danger in Republicans getting too confident running against socialists because they're not really offering a competing vision. They're not addressing people's economic concerns. And in 2016 and 2024, Democrats thought that they can win just by being against Trump, but they weren't for anything. And now it looks like Trump and the Republicans are the ones who don't stand for anything, whereas socialists very clearly stand for something, even if you don't agree with it. And that could actually resonate with people, and people might support socialism, and Republicans need to understand why they're gravitating towards socialism. And I thought it was like a rare moment of honesty from a Fox News host, and she made a really compelling point because that is true. A lot of people who are, you know, more normie, they just know who's in power. That's the, like you said, David, like when you first voted, like it was voting against the power. It doesn't matter. You always get blamed if you're in power and shit goes wrong. You know, the party who's in power, and Republicans control all three branches of government, they're going to get blamed. So it's kind of like, it's funny to see them scramble and go back to the greatest hits. Well, remember trans people? But like, bro, he's doing mass deportation. Trans people have lost so much rights. There's arguably, you know, a trans genocide, if not, we're in the early stages of it, if you go by what the Lemkin Institute says. All of the undesirables they warned you about have been repressed, and shit's only getting worse. So it's defeating their theory of change. You know, oh, if we kick out all the immigrants, then housing will be cheaper. It's more expensive. Well, if we kick out all the immigrants, groceries will get shit's more expensive. So very clearly that did not work. So for them to just like go back to, oh, well, trans bad, it's not going to work this time around. Maybe it'll work in 4 years when people forget and when, you know, a different party's in power, but it's not going to work this time. I hope it doesn't work anyways, because Americans are dumb fucks that I don't try to predict. But, you know.
I think you're right, though. I don't think it's going to.
It's a logical, it's the pendulum theory, right? Where it goes back and forth.
I think it works if people are a little more comfortable, then the culture war stuff hits a little better.
Right.
But if people are like, I can't fucking afford to live. Like, I can't afford gas, groceries, housing. I'm just into my head in debt. Then people are going to be like, yeah, I don't fucking care about Hassan Piker. I don't fucking care about trans athletes. I care about being able to buy food. And that's what's going to motivate. I would hope, but we will see.
Again, it's all subject to change. But yeah, Hassan's another one, right? He's kind of like the go-to culture war attack. He said America deserved 9/11, and he said that it doesn't matter if Hamas raped on 10/7. Like, it's all... I mean, why are we focusing on a Twitch streamer? This is so unhinged and just so desperate, and I feel like you can sense that desperation. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe people won't pick up on that desperation, but it seems really desperate to me.
I agree. Anyways, I think I'm gonna get off. You guys can do super chats or.
Well, it's nice talking to you, David.
You'd like. Great talking.
You have a lovely evening. Enjoy whatever video game you are playing.
Are you about to play a video game?
maybe some Rocket League and then go to bed. I don't know. We'll see. No, I'll probably.
Are you playing anything else, David? Not to keep you on longer. I was just curious.
No, I don't mind talking about video games. I'm just getting depressed by the news cycle.
Yeah.
I just beat Halo today. The Halo campaign evolved.
How was it?
I forgot how much I hated the flood. I'm not sure if you ever played through Halo, but
I like the flood actually.
Oh my god, I fucking hate the flood.
Just because it was like exciting.
I hate it. It is so not. There were various times where I died and I'm like, this is not fun. I'm not having fun. Fighting the flood is not fun. Why did anybody find this fun? I forgot how much I hated that shit. But anyways, I eventually beat it. I just fucking hate the flood. It was fine. I don't know. You know, Halo's like a 20-year-old game, so it is what it is. Like it exists.
It's like I do played through this shit like so much. Do I want to play through it again? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it had been a while since I played through it, so it was like there were some things I forgot and just it was a refresher. What else am I? I feel like I'm like touching a lot of games. I started playing Xenoblade Chronicles the remaster on Switch 2. Because I heard a lot of great things, that it's a great RPG, and I'm like 4 hours into it. I'm waiting for it to click. I'm not sure what the battle system to me is just so. It's very MMO. Like you kind of select attacks and it auto attacks, and you kind of just position yourself and walk. Like it's just for me to enjoy an RPG, I need to enjoy the battle system. And Xenoblade Chronicles, I don't. Right now, I'm not understanding the hype. I'm not getting it. Sorry to anybody in the chat who's a big Xenoblade, because the Xenoblade audience they're very dedicated and loud and very adamant about how great the game is. I am currently not feeling it. I'm more of a Shin Megami Tensei Persona kind of guy, but I don't know.
Have you? I was going to ask you if you tried Splatoon Raiders yet.
Yeah, actually, I grabbed that based on everyone raving about it.
Yeah, me too.
But like 5 hours of it, it's good. I feel like a little let down based on people freaking out about how much they love it. You too.
They hyped that shit the fuck up.
I don't know. I was expecting to be like super like really into this game, and it's like okay, it's not bad. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm actually bordering on thinking it's mid. Like I thought Splatoon 2 was pretty fun. I didn't really like 3. It was okay. Like I don't play online. I just play single player. But this one was like, oh, it's single player. So if you didn't like the other two, you've got to check out this one. It's so addicting. It's just that gameplay loop. I'm like a couple hours in. It's like it's Splatoon. It's the same thing. I don't know.
I guess you get to upgrade the weapons and stuff. Like
that's cool. But like I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I think it was just overhyped for me.
I was wondering if it's like maybe I'm the problem, because I feel like a lot of games
I'm thinking that too for me.
I'm not feeling gaming right now. That may change next. There's a lot of shit coming out next month. It's actually ridiculous. Like the new Fire Emblem, I'm going to be all in on that 100%. I saw some previews out today. That looks freaking amazing. But this year has been really flat for me. Like I've been playing a lot of older stuff that I missed, and I just haven't really been. I don't know, but that's why I feel like maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just like in a down mood or something, and the games aren't hitting the same way. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm wondering that too, if I'm the problem, because one thing that I've realized is that I don't have the attention span for dialogue or story. I don't want to hear any story. I don't want to hear any, like I'm playing My Time at Sandrock right now, which is kind of like a RPG / cozy game. And like anytime I talk to a character, it's like click, 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 click. I shut the fuck up. Like, you have to do shit for them and craft things for them. And it's like, I don't want to hear, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, let me just craft the shit for you and move on with my life. And I'm realizing that it doesn't matter what the game is. I cannot tolerate the fucking story. And I think part of it is I just like got really into Souls games and there's not stories in there. So, I got addicted to just the action. Yeah, I mean, you could find like little tidbits here and there in lore, but it's fundamentally not story driven. And I really like just the action. And now if I go back to something that's like less action or more cozy, which kind of was my bread and butter for a while, oh man, just shut the fuck up. Stop talking my ear off. I don't want a tutorial. I don't want you to talk. Fuck off. Let me just play. I'll figure everything out. Don't teach me how to, just let me get into the fucking game immediately or I'm going to refund it. I can't take the shit.
For me, it depends a lot on the presentation. Like if I'm super into the atmosphere, I'm into the music. I feel like that for me, especially now, if you nail like the atmosphere, if you nail just the feel of the world that you built, then I'm perfectly great, like fine with dialogue. I'm story, whatever, like that. Like trying to think the last Silent Hill game, the Silent Hill F. Like I was just super like that was a game where I would turn on, like I wouldn't listen to a podcast. I'm just like in it. I'm like it's it's a horror game, but it wasn't too scary. But it was just I was super into the world, like this old Japan. I think it was like 1950s Japan, like setting that it's in. Very just mysterious and interesting. Like if you can nail that, then and there's like I'm looking at my list here of shit coming up that I want to play. So there's Blood of the Dawnwalker, there's Wolverine, Fire Emblem, Control Resonant, another Silent Hill game coming out, Galactic Racer, the Star Wars racing game, looks really sick. Dark Arisen expansion for Dragon's Dogma 2, and Final Fantasy Resonance. Like that's kind of my list for the next
David,
month.
did you like write down your list? I have I have a list in my phone and a notepad that I like wrote down all the games coming out so I don't forget.
I typically do this. So I'm just reading off a tweet that I recently replied to, but no, every so for the past 3 years, every game that I play, I like write the game I'm playing the day I started it, and if I beat it, I write down like when I beat it. Like I have like a at least a list.
Me too. God,
3
okay,
years
yeah.
that.
I do the same thing. I have my own little list of my top games of the year. I also have a list of
Wow,
games.
you guys take it very seriously.
It helps to like remember too, because like
I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can't. See
I
it,
can see a bit of that.
Games coming out, release date. I'm probably not going to get Grand Theft Auto overall. Yeah, so I'll read it. So Mortal Shell 2, August 20th. That's like one of my most anticipated. Plague's Tale Legacy, Blood of the Dawnwalker, Onimusha, Wolverine, Gears of War E-Day. Probably I'm going to skip that. Valor Mortis, One Piece Grand Gourmet. That's a One Piece cozy game. I'm a simpleton who loves all One Piece shit. Phantom Blade Zero, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. And then there's GTA. I'm going to wait until it comes out on PC because I'm not going to buy a box that's empty on PlayStation.
I'm buying GTA day one, unfortunately.
Are you?
I wish I wasn't, but
I might give in to FOMO. I'm not all strong.
I'm just ever since I got I got Grand Theft Auto 3 the day it came out because I knew that game was going to be like crazy. Because just the idea of like being able to like walk around and then get into a car that didn't exist on PS2 back in that era, 2001. So I'm a GTA fiend. Like I'm definitely going to be buying that day one. But
I played Simpsons Hit and Run instead of GTA because I couldn't. I wasn't allowed to at the time, so that was my GTA.
Oh, but you're allowed Simpsons. I feel like when I was growing up, my parents were the Simpsons. They were like fine, I guess you could watch. But South Park, I could like they did not want me to watch South Park. That was like like the really bad show.
That was not allowed. We also didn't have we didn't pay for cable, so it's just like basic the 12 channels. So I never watched. I never could watch it. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I'm going to bed.
All right, you take it easy. Get some sleep.
See ya.
Peace. See ya. All right, let me update our.
Where was Lance this week? He's out.
He is out. Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's out, but I mean, did we know he was going to be out? Because I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, we know we knew that he was going to be out. Yeah, he told us ahead of time. Yeah. I think he might be back next week. I'm not 100% sure, but shout out to Lance if he's watching.
Shout out to Lance if he's watching. If he's watching.
As well as Ariana and Rebecca.
Who are definitely not watching.
They could be watching. You never know. Okay, let me really quick. I'm just going to update the VOD for anybody watching. My tentative timestamp, so you all can kind of have a little bit of an idea of what we talked about. Give me 1 second. Oh shit, I gotta update the title too, but I'll worry about that later. Did you want to read your super chats first, Matt?
Boku says this isn't a super chat. Matt watches a total of 0% lefty media and is projecting. Absolutely. Bob, you think I watched last week's episode when I wasn't on?
You know, I have watched every single episode. Every single
Really?
one.
Have you really?
Even if I don't catch it live, I still go back and watch it later.
Wow, I gotta respect that.
I'm a huge fan of the Leftist Mafia. It's my favorite show.
It makes one of you. I mean, one of us, I should say.
My second favorite most watched show, probably The Humanist Report with Mike Figueredo. I've seen every episode.
That's it. I'd be surprised if you missed one.
You know, there's a couple where mentally I wasn't all there, but you know, I'll go back and watch it.
I gotta be honest, I don't go back and watch anything involving me.
Really?
Once it's out there, that's it. I mean, I don't know. I can't do it. I can't watch myself.
It is very hard to watch myself. I've gotten more used to it over time, but it's a feeling that never becomes like normal. It never feels not weird to watch yourself, but it gets less weird over time, I think.
I will say it's the opposite when I was making music. Music is different. I would listen to my own music all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know. I would listen to the songs we would make and I would feel like immense pride every time I'd listen to it, which I guess I don't feel proud of anything I put out video.
You see yourself talk about politics and you're like,
I'm just like, oh, why did I go this way? What am I doing with my life?
I guess, but I mean,
I could have been touring the world playing live music every night. Instead, I sit in a closet.
I could understand music though, because I mean, it's art, so you're really enjoying your art. And I guess that makes sense. Like, you know, if you made a movie, I can understand wanting to watch that and really reflect on it, see how much you've grown and just enjoy it. But for this, yeah, it's like, I don't watch Humanist Report for fun. You know, once I filmed a video, maybe I'll watch a video that I filmed a couple of years ago and, you know, just to see what I said about something and whether or not I still agree. But I don't watch it to enjoy it. Like, you know, I'm not going to click on one of my videos and be like, ooh, I can't wait to see myself. I don't know. I don't view it as art in the same way that, like, if I created, you know, music or a movie would be art. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's different that way, I think. So I feel like it kind of makes sense that you would be more inclined to listen to your own music.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's true. It's the artistic aspect of it, which, you know, there are people who look at their YouTube videos as art, but I guess doing politics YouTube is different. That's not really. I mean, I'm sure there are people who there are definitely political YouTubers who make long form video that you could consider artistic, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that what I do, like, I don't consider my shit art. But if I watched like an Ole video, like a video essay, I would think that's art. Like, I think that's art to me. The way she lays it out, you know, and she goes through, it's kind of like a movie in a way, you know, it's just, it's like an informative movie. So I think like there's a line between, you know, art and not art and political commentary, but I think it's kind of a hard one to cross, you know?
Right.
But it's subjective too. So what am I saying?
I guess we should get to super chats is what we're saying.
It's late enough to where we're just babbling.
Hey, it's not even. I'm shocked we're doing it already. Usually we start babbling about an hour into super chat. It's not.
That's true. It's not that late. I don't know why it feels later than it is. Okay, did you want to go first?
Part of my issue right now is I'm spinning. Like I have vertigo.
You have vertigo right now.
On our vacation, we went on a boat, and I've been spinning ever since. So
you got vertigo again because you went last time. Remember, you said you had this before.
That was
like a year or so?
2 or 3 years ago. Yes. I don't know what I thought, but I guess I can never go on a boat.
That sucks. You got it again.
For the past week, I've been exhausted because I'm constantly spinning. Like my mind is constantly moving, and by the time like 6 or 7 o'clock comes around, I feel like I just ran like a marathon. I don't know what's going on. I wanted to stop, and it just won't stop.
Oh, that's agonizing. Could you? I mean, I guess you haven't tried it yet. Like, could you go on like a smaller boat or a kayak? Is it just like a bigger?
I mean, it was any boat. The last time it was a small boat. This time it was a big boat. There
Damn.
was no choice. It was what my family wanted to do. What am I going to tell my kids? No, you can't go on a boat because your dad's a little bitch.
How long were you on it for, though? Was it just a couple hours and that was enough?
No, we were on it for like a week. We went on.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's fine when I'm on the boat. No
It's
problem
just when
at
you
all.
get off.
When I get off, my whole body's moving.
Damn. And how long did it take you to recalibrate last time? Wasn't it like I remember you saying you had it for like a week?
The Bay photo says no Disney cruise for Binder, and I gotta say you're wrong because the Disney cruise is what did this.
It was a Disney cruise. How was that though? That's got to be fun, right?
I did not want to go on it. It was a gift from the grandparents to the grandchildren. All the grandparents got together and gave this to us.
Oh, that's really sweet. Then you were obligated. You were locked in.
Yes, I did not want to go on it. But again, I wasn't going to tell my kids no.
Yeah.
And it was I thought it was a lot of fun until I got off the boat, and now
Yeah. Dang, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been on. Maybe I was on a cruise when I was like a small child. Like I had to have been like under 3, maybe even younger, or I've never been on a cruise at all. I don't. But this, as far as I knew, was my first cruise. I did not throw up on the boat, Looney Tunes. In fact, so here's the deal. When it came to that, I couldn't look out the window from inside the boat. Otherwise, I would feel sick. But the movement alone was fine. Being on the boat alone was fine. Even looking out at the sea on the deck was fine. I just couldn't look from inside outside. That's what made me nauseous. And then when I got off the boat, I have vertigo. I don't know why. I don't know why.
That's crazy. You don't have this problem when you ride a plane or anything, just boats?
No plane, no car. I mean, I get nauseous on a bus or on a car if I'm not in the driver's seat. Because I'm always the driver if I'm in a car, and buses just always make me nauseous. Interestingly, subways and trains do not do any of that to me. Subways and trains, I'm completely fine. Planes, I'm usually fine on the motion. It's the air pressure and my ears popping, and I go like that's really bad for me. Like you should see me on takeoff. I'm like chomping away on a piece of gum, hoping that my ears don't pop. But I don't travel that much to begin with, quite frankly. So like I'm not like dealing with this all the time. But I wasn't always like this. Like I used to be like a thrill seeker on like rides at theme parks, and now I can't do that anymore. Like I still go on like the rides, but I can't like I'll feel it after. Like I used to be able to go on like a crazy roller coaster over and over and over again and be fine. And now like I'll go on it once, maybe twice, and I'll be like, I can't do it again. I'm good. So my brain has gotten worse as I age.
Is it like, do you have motion sickness in general? Maybe just like worse on a boat just because you're always moving?
No, I don't think I do. Like I think it's just the swaying of the water. It fucks up my equilibrium. Like I've tried looking it up, and people start like you see these things about like crystals in your head, and I'm like, this sounds like some like hippie shit. Is this legit? Is this
I've
real?
heard about crystals in your head too before as well, and it seemed, I don't know, weird. I'm not saying it's wrong. It just seems hippie-ish.
And it's weird because like also as I've gotten older, if I wake up and like my head is all the way back on my pillow, I start to feel dizzy.
Oh, really?
Like I can't I can't be like. But interestingly enough, ever since I got vertigo this past week, when I put my head like that for a little while, it like evens out and I'm not dizzy anymore.
Huh. I don't know. That's weird. Tara in the chat says that it has to do with your ears. which makes
I
sense.
believe it. My ears, from my entire life of being on, every time I've been on a plane, my ears are always the worst thing. There's crystals in your ears?
Okay, physical therapist confirms it. Okay. It just seems like, I don't know, it's hard to imagine that. Like, I'm imagining these, like, crystals,
Oh no,
like a whole cave in our ear.
People are telling me to get an MRI and everything. Now I'm concerned. What's going on?
I don't think it's that serious. People, like, this is, I feel like, a pretty common thing for boats, right? People just can't tolerate it. It really, like you said, it fucks up your equilibrium, and it takes a while to recalibrate.
Someone says could be an inner ear issue.
Wait, you put crystals in your ears? You're supposed to put them in, not take them out. Stalagmites in your brain.
But like, I don't get dizzy otherwise. Like, you know, and the crew, the last time I was on a boat, I was just on that boat for a few hours, and I had a vertigo for like a month. This time I was on a boat for a week, 5 days. I hope it doesn't mean I'm gonna have it for like 6 months. It doesn't feel. I'll say this: it doesn't feel any worse than when I had it after the boat ride that was a few hours. So I don't think it exponentially gets worse. I just think I get it once I'm on a boat, and that's it.
That sucks. Well, I hope you feel better soon, because
it absolutely sucks.
Great.
Like I felt like I'm absolutely exhausted. Like it's weird because like I'm just spinning. Like I'm not actually physically doing anything more than usual, but like my brain feels completely exhausted.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's got to be exhausting.
Like yesterday, I slept like I must have went to bed at like 8 p.m. Like it was ridiculous.
Damn. Well, we can get through these super chats pretty quickly because we don't have a lot today, thankfully. And then you can go get some rest. Did you want to read yours first? Or do you want me to read mine?
You can go first.
Okay. Let me pull up my first one here. Membership for 18 months. Thank you so much. I get carried away 90. Also, thank you to Tyler Hackner, member for 43 months. Really appreciate that. And also to Tokyo Hans for the membership for 30 months. Thank you so much, Tokyo Hans. Okay, first one I have here is from Grand Regent Throng. No, that's the wrong person. Grand Regent of Viltrum. Thank you for the 5. Prediction: Florida is going to be another Illinois. Tons of old and rich Zionists down there. We'll find out. It's on Tuesday. Vote for Oliver Larkin in the 25th district, and also vote for Elijah Manley. I don't know what district he's in, but he's running against Debbie Wasserman Schultz. And I hope he finally gets the job done and takes her down. Tokyo Hans says it's Friday for some of us, Mike. Okay. Good to hear. Happy Friday to you. RS Dragon Wild Sandbear, thank you for the 5. AOC's Woke One comment worked. She's number 1 on Polymarket for 2028. Well, I wouldn't put too much stock into Polymarket because it's Polymarket. But yeah, I don't deny that it's going to be popular with some folks. Unknown, thanks for the £5. Sadly, I don't think Binface has won, but I'm still hoping he does. He's wonderful. Oh, I didn't know the election was tonight. I'm hoping Binface pulls through. The GOAT. Tokyo Han says, toss a coin to your dental hygienist.
Who's that?
That is the joke candidate running against Nigel Farage in the UK.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, is that someone's last name? Because it sounds like a Dick Tracy villain. I guess it is a Dick Tracy villain. I'm looking at the guy now.
I watched a documentary from a British YouTuber about Binface, and I didn't know that there was this rich history of joke candidates that ran in the UK, and I respect it. As crazy as UK politics is, this is one of the more endearing elements of their crazy politics. And yes, I agree. Toss a coin to your dental hygienist. They put up with a lot. Cartoon, thanks for the 5. Thoughts on Paramount could leave California for red state over its antitrust fight of the merger. If there's no settlement October, it smells like blackmail. Yeah, I think you may be right. I don't really know. I hope that this is stopped. I know that there are other countries that are fighting this as well. We just have to wait and see. I'm inclined to take the cynical approach and say they're going to find some way to push it through because, capital always wins, but we'll see. I hope it doesn't go through because they're already talking about how they're going to turn CNN into the next CBS. And they're not saying that directly. They're saying we're going to make sure CNN is back to focusing on the news, which just means like the shit they want to talk about, right-wing stuff, genocide support, things like that. Not that CNN isn't already doing that, but just it would be terrible. Tokyo Han says things to think about. Teeth are just your exposed skeleton. That is kind of creepy when you put it that way. It is weird that, yeah, it is just our exposed skeleton. Interesting. Also, another one from Cartoon here. Did you see EDP 445 documentary on YouTube? I have not. I'm not familiar. Let me see. Let me look them up. EDP 445. The Sick Mind of EDP 445. I've never heard of EDP 445. Oh, but it's from Mike Klum. This is the guy who made the Boogie documentary, right? All right, you know what? I liked his Boogie documentary. Well, I shouldn't say like. I was entertained by it. It was gross and pathetic, but maybe I'll check that out. Thanks for sharing that. Z Snowball. Thank you for the 5. Read the insights. What about Helena No Justice, MTG, and Kevin Logan? They came for that segment a few months back when UK politics was going crazy.
I was on mute. I didn't realize. My bad.
Okay.
I think I touched something. Who is EDP 445?
I don't know. I'm assuming they're a creator.
Oh, okay. I was wondering who the hell.
But there's a documentary about them by Mike Klum. He's the guy who released a documentary on Boogie a couple of years ago. Did you ever watch that?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
nope.
You have to have at least a semi-rotten brain to know who Boogie 2988 is. But he's like a gaming YouTuber who kind of is just.
Oh, I know who he is. He was like a right winger during the Gamergate era, and then he was a supporter of Gamergate, I should say, and then became like bullshit. Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, he's morphed into a lol cow, and the interview was the documentary is fucking crazy. He like goes to an interview, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a couple of years, and like his YouTube channel was dying at that time, and so he has to consider getting a job, but he doesn't want to get a job, and he goes to an interview. He's like, if you Google me, you're gonna find a bunch of criminal history and allegations of pedophilia and
criminal. What?
He like went to jail because a fan or a hater showed up to his house and he shot off a gun. It's a whole it's a lot. And he was dating this girl who was like 18 or 19 when he was in his 40s, and it was a very weird situation. Like they had trauma bonded. The whole documentary is fucking insane. If you want to watch it, it's Mike Klum, CLUM on YouTube. I have never been glued to a documentary like that, aside from like the Bricks and Minifigs one. That's probably like one of the best documentaries on YouTube. So the fact that Mike Klum thought that this EDP person was an interesting subject already has me a little bit captivated. Or interested, I should say. But yeah, so Helena No Justice and Kevin Logan only came on once, so that's why they probably didn't make it on the statistics. But it would be fun to bring them on for sure. Again, I loved that episode. They were super fun and insightful too. Bayphoto says, you see those new gloves ICE is getting. Let's just say I hope they leave them on when they go to the bathroom. Yeah, I did see that. ICE is getting shock gloves now because why wouldn't they? I didn't know. I thought it was only a thing in video games. Like if you play the Spider-Man video game, the enemies have like, I don't know if it's gloves or sticks that they shock you with. Now ICE is doing that. I hope they accidentally fucking tase themselves then. Outrageous.
There's definitely be at least one situation where someone goes to use the bathroom and forgets they're wearing those gloves.
Oh yeah. Pat one of their buddies on the back. Oh! They're not the brightest, so Kowalski, thanks for the 5. It is becoming quite evident that those charging ahead with the AI revolution failed the humanities at universities. Socrates would hate them all. Yes, he would. And I agree with you. They're right. Not really Rachel Atwood. Thanks for the 2. Song request, autonomous delivery robot grandson. I've never heard of that. Is that something we can listen to on stream? Let me just Google it really quick and see. Autonomous delivery. It comes up. Grandson. Okay, I don't think I can listen to this because it'd probably get copyright claimed. Okay. Can't listen to it, but I'll check it out after the stream. Thanks for the recommendation. Looks like a song you'd like, Matt. It's more rock, punky sounding.
Autonomous delivery robot.
Grandson is the song in particular that they were recommending. Kenzie Page, thank you so much for being a member for 38 months. And thank you to Yori Gibson for being a member for 5 months. Cartoon. Thoughts on the Josh Hawley gay scandal? Is there a new Josh Hawley gay scandal? Because I have not stumbled across this. I always assumed he was gay because there was a photograph of him kissing his wife, and it was evident that he was absolutely repulsed by her. So I don't know if there's anything new, but it wouldn't surprise me. He is gay. I have a 95% confidence in that assessment, in my gaydar, that he's gay for sure. He's been with women for sure, but I think he is at least a 5 on the Kinsey scale if I had to place him. Max Left, thanks for the $5. Mike, I heard on Francesca Fiorentini's show earlier you will be doing an event with her and others in Portland later this year. That's super cool. Yes. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say anything, but since she did, yes, that is something that is that's in the works. So maybe I'll see some of you all there in IRL. I was going to say in IRL, but that's just redundant. In real life. It's like saying ATM machine. You don't have to say that. There's an M. The machine's in it. Okay, anyway, so yeah. Let me see here. Kowalski. Sorry, I feel like super all of a sudden tired. And I feel like I'm slurring my words. So you're rubbing off on me, Matt. I'm tired now.
My apologies.
Damn you. Kowalski says, it looks like Wisconsin Dems quietly rallied around opposing Hung and leaned into the electability narrative the establishment might be learning. Yeah, I think they are going to learn. They're going to adapt. They're not just going to keep getting steamrolled. I think that there is something to what you're saying there, for sure, Kowalski. If they sense that there's a threat, they're going to do what they need to do to stop that. Looney Tunes, thanks for the $5. If you've been watching Hing Kornacki Cam recently, Steve Kornacki, Mike, he's basically slow as hell. Watch Mr. Holy Toledo. I don't know what any of that means, but if I am going to watch one of them, I'll choose Mr. Holy Toledo. Sam Foe, thanks for the $5. Sometimes the worst enemy of a leftist is another leftist. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot and making a big deal out of a nothing burger. I think that's fair. It's like the meme where like there's a bunch of people betting on crabs fighting each other and it's all leftists. So, yeah, leftists. Nobody hates lefties more than lefties, so I think that's fair. We argue all the time. We can't help it. Tony Drummer Boy, thanks for the $2. Running for Milwaukee Co. He was Chris Abel's pick. Thank you for that. Columbia, thanks for the $5. Columbia Rican. What gives? Socket to him. I see data centers in my dreams. Indeed, channeling Haley Stevens there. Donna Monroe, thanks for the 10 Canadian. Very generous of you. Length of time before an ICE agent is caught trying to enjoy themselves with the electric shock. I did not consider that. Dumpster Cheese, thanks for the $10. Appreciate that. From MN, my first vote was for Paul Simon in '88. How about Flanagan, yet Klobuchar? Thoughts? Yeah, we didn't mention Peggy this week on this episode. Yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised to see Peggy Flanagan defeat Angie Craig. I did not expect it to go that way. And if it wasn't for that race, I probably would have been completely crashing out on tonight's show because of Francesca Hong's loss. But yeah, getting that victory as well as Matthew Little's really, really cool. Two great pickups for the left. Thanks for reminding me of that. Okay, here. Who's next? There we go. Columbia Rican, thanks for the $2. Right-wing narrative YouTubers equals human centipede. That is true. Yeah, that is true. They're all just regurgitating the same shit that the others are talking about. We've got a two-parter here from Julio. Thanks for the $5. Part 1, a good example of good ignorance, I guess, is the streamer Yana not knowing about the Russia-Ukraine war to a Ukrainian Uber driver. No shit. Part 2, she profusely apologized when she realized her ignorance. I'll take that type of ignorance over the bad faith, disingenuous one all day. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you genuinely don't know, the best thing you can do is educate yourself. It is crazy that she didn't know about the Ukraine invasion by Russia. That's actually kind of crazy. Like, you have to be living under a fucking rock to not know about that. But hey, she's very clearly probably well, I shouldn't say clearly because I don't know her, but I'm assuming she's living a better life than we are because she doesn't. If you're isolated from that, like, life's got to be better, right? I'd hope so. Nintendo Gaming Channel, thank you so much for the $6.99 Canadian. Should Americans, no matter political party, when traveling foreign, not allowed to say they're Canadian? I considered by saying Canadian is defamation. I mean, I understand that, Nintendo. Having said that, though, it's a difficult policy to enforce because I think we can blend in pretty well, right? We've just got to drop a Saurian and a boot, and you all won't suspect anything. So you could try, but you're not going to stop us, man. But I understand why you would be opposed to that. You don't want the American stink on you. It just jumped. God damn it. Hang on. Let me find the next one. There we go. There we go. Octawolf is next. Okay. Octawolf says, and thanks for the $5, Octawolf. I'm working on my own fan game and Pokemon game where you play the researcher and explore dungeons, uncovering why wild Pokemon are mega evolving. That sounds really, really cool. Love that idea. I will just say be very careful because Nintendo could barge down your door, break down your door, barge into your home, and fuck you up because they do not allow people to use their IPs ever. I don't know how Elon Musk has gotten away with allowing Grok to generate Nintendo shit, but just be very, very careful. If you're doing it for fun, that's cool. But if you try to make any money off of it or even publish it for free, Nintendo will...
They'll kill you. They'll murder you.
Nintendo ninjas do not fuck around. Just be very careful. Red Fire Blue Ice, thanks for being a member for 17 months. Really appreciate that. Suspicious Andrew, thanks for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I went no contact with my MAGA family member for other reasons long before they triple trumped. Mike, do you ever watch those videos about estranged parents like Doormat Mom? Yeah, so first of all, I sympathize with your position because I've done the same. I don't watch those estranged parent videos. I've covered a couple of like TikTokers who have, struggled with their MAGA parents, and I did a video about that. But I haven't watched those videos though. But maybe I'll have to check them out because it could be cathartic. Thankfully, I don't have like a MAGA parent or in-law, which is nice. So my other family members are, they're easier to distance myself from. Red Fire Blue Ice says we need to be ready to combat DNC media and third way. Yeah, we do because they're gonna adapt. I'm just waiting for them to figure out a new way to fuck us over for sure. Okay, got a little bit jumbled here. Columbia Rican, thanks for the $5. Hail Lord Binface, who came from Sigma 9 to fix the issue with the bathrooms. Humans should be ashamed to put the hand dryer near the seat. Cheers to Lord Binface. Max Left, Thanks for the $2. Marianne Williamson was America's Count Binface. Cephalo God, thanks for the $2. Teeth are modified scales from our fish ancestors.
What?
I don't believe that. There's no. That seems very. I love the theory though. Rouse, thanks for the $10. Hearing Crowley says he disagrees with Hong mostly on data centers is extremely disheartening. He has repeated this several times in a state where it's been an 80-20 issue. Tiffany is attacking him on this. Yeah, I suspected that Tiffany would be attacking him on this. It's smart. And he's hurting himself every time he says something about data centers like this. He's hurting himself. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. It's crazy.
I've never seen anything like it. Just constantly bringing up an issue that's a losing issue.
And these same people who are like, oh, yeah, we have a chance now that Crowley is the nominee. They were like, oh, Francesca Hung doesn't have a chance. Bro, she was running on a moratorium on data centers. That alone was enough to get voters off their asses. I don't think people understand the animosity towards these fucking behemoths. A lot of the news media probably live in areas where they don't have a data center directly in their backyard because they usually try to place them in, more poorer areas and also like city centers. So they probably live in like more suburban areas. I don't know. Either way, people fucking hate data centers, rightfully so. And then Octawolf said the clarification, my fan Pokemon game is for fun and private. Okay, that's good. That's good. Definitely don't put that shit out there because Nintendo is evil. They will come at you. That's all I got, Matt. But I can pull up yours here. First one here for you.
All
from
right,
Tokyo.
let's do it. Tokyo Hans, happy B-Day. MJB, that's Michael Jamal Brooks. You are truly missed. Yes, today is Michael Brooks' birthday. Yep. Happy birthday, Michael. See the Jinnimer with a super chat member for 34 months. Hey, Mike, any way to send you story info? Our union effort has outgrown my now bankrupt job. We're going for an industrial one now.
Really? Your job is bankrupt? Yeah, email it to me at mike@humanistreport.com. And if you have an article, link the article for me as well. So that way, if I'm talking about it, I can bring in like a source.
Let's see. We got Tokyo Hans with the 5 gift memberships to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Tokyo Hans. Andrew Clement with a super chat. The next Jubilee surrounded is Tim Pool on Sunday. What? No
really?
way.
No.
All right, I'm excited to see that one now. Oh, that's gonna be funny.
I'm gonna have to watch that one. God damn
it, Tokyo Hans with a super chat. Matt, as your very first YouTube paid subscriber, I can confirm that this show has been going on slightly longer than 3 years. That's crazy. That's
it
crazy.
Really is.
I didn't realize we were doing this for so long. What are we doing with our life?
We're getting nowhere. We're so old. Just doing Leftist Mafia. 4 years. We could have been doing other things. Now, I enjoyed the show, though. It just doesn't feel like it's been long. Oh, you're muted again, Matt.
I said, same. That's why I'm here.
Yes.
Tokyo Hans with another super chat. I remember an Outer Limits episode where people had AI chips implanted in their heads at birth and they could download knowledge when they want. One guy at birth couldn't get one, had to teach the world to read when the AI died. Ooh.
That
that's
sounds
a good
interesting.
premise.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so hot. I'm like in here and I'm like dying. I had to open up the door. My body is sticking to my chair. It's oh my God.
I had to text my partner and be like, "Can you up the AC? I'm dying in here." It just gets hot with the lights and stuff like that.
Kowalski with the super chat. AI makes homogenate more like homogenate. Excuse me. I'm like homosexual. I'm like, what? AI makes homogenate more likely.
Yeah.
fewer languages, fewer differences, fewer ideas. Humanity will become a pale imitation of what we thought we were. That's right.
So
AI is going to turn
depressing.
us all into homos. Oh my god. Tokyo Hans with a super chat. I found the episode Stream of Consciousness, season 3, episode 5, aired in 1997. Sorry for nerding out. All this was killing me. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Sharp as a Marble became a YouTube supporter. Thank you so much, Sharp as a Marble. Bay Photo, member for 37 months, super chat. There's a real entitlement in tech. I'm not surprised execs are baffled people don't want to lose jobs to AI or have data centers in their backyard. Right.
There is an entitlement for sure.
The Bay Photo continues with a new super chat. Silicon Valley's move fast and break things philosophy basically disregards that breaking things means someone else is going to have to clean up. Not even just clean up. It's that you're breaking someone else's shit.
Right.
Looney Tunes 9000 with a super chat for what would have been Michael Jamal Brooks' 43rd birthday. I'm not sure what number birthday would have been. He was,
I think 44.
yeah, I guess he was 3 years older than me, and I'm going to be 40 this year, so 43. Yeah.
Oh, 43. Okay.
Another American 91 with a super chat. Viva Foresto Montero with a super chat. It's lead. They horribly lead poisoned. I don't know what you're referring to. Foresto continues. Oh, right. Foresto continues. Wanted to let you know Amazon is forcing Kindle authors to only use their chosen banks when getting paid for book sales. We can't get paid without one. They're like Amazon's chosen
Seriously?
banks? Interesting. Hayden Owens with a few super chats in a row. Let me read them. Where you at, Bender? I am Blakely still fire. Caps lock is stuck. Sorry. Do I have to spend $6 to get Bender in there? What are you talking about, Hayden? I'm so confused.
Maybe this was before you jumped on and he was like, where are you in your chat?
No, this was definitely older. This is definitely when I was on the chat for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure when it came in. I don't know.
Lefty Nurse with a super chat. My local council just approved both data centers and flock cameras. Local news is corporate owned. Is there a way to investigate for any payments to them? Probably when they release their filings, like that they have to release if they're traded a company. No?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a really fucked up city council you have there that did both of those things. What a betrayal.
Well, it's not surprising, though. And Starks 007 with a super chat. Do you think they keep oversampling left-leaning voters in these polls to give us a false sense of security, just to pull the rug from under us? Because they had those Hong lost hit pieces ready to go. No, I don't think, and I seen centrists go that there's some sort of like conspiracy to over count the leftist electorate in their favor. To like, please, there's no one working to help out the left in corporate media
Right.
or in polling. Please give me a break. But I also don't think there's any conspiracy against the left too. I just think polling is in the middle of changing due to how people interact with the various forms of contact and communication that polling uses. I think all of it's flawed, obviously, due to these changes. You can't just go by a phone because of the demographic that doesn't pick up. You can't just go by online polls because of the demographic that uses online polls. It's very difficult right now, especially when you are extremely national polls will be a lot easier to peg because the base of people to poll and survey is a lot wider. When you get more niche, it's exceedingly more difficult, in my opinion.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it'd be sampling errors. Like the electorate is kind of changing, and they don't know how to get a sample that's actually representative of people who are going to vote. I think that's part of it that's making it really tricky.
Right. And also, I think it's difficult to tell who's going to come out and vote, because I think the especially after COVID, the way people did a lot of things changed. So, and it's only been 6 years out, which is not a long time when it comes to like your method, like changing methodology for surveys and polls. Like they probably didn't even pick up on this until a couple polls down the line. You know what I mean? So even then, they couldn't change and acclimate right away.
Yeah, they're always behind. Basically, every new poll is they get their sample based off of the way voters off of voting habits from the previous elections. So if that keeps changing, it's going to be a flawed sample.
In my opinion, polling right now should be looked at strictly in terms of like voting. I think approval polls and favorability polls are different, because you don't need anyone to actually take action. You just like how they feel about a candidate is how they feel. Like it doesn't matter. But when it comes to polling, electoral polling, I think polling should only be viewed as how viable someone is. Like obviously, if someone is getting a large percentage of the vote in a survey or a poll, they're a very viable candidate. But that doesn't mean they're going to get that amount or anything close to it. It just means that there is obviously a legitimate number of people out there willing to vote for them. Doesn't mean they will, though, and it doesn't mean there isn't a more willing group on the other side. But I think viability is how you should view these polls. Like if you have a bunch of candidates and 2 or 3 of them are leading, then that should be the message that these are the 3 viable ones. But where they land ranking wise in the polls doesn't necessarily mean where they'll be when the election actually happens. Cold Dog with a member for 36 months super chat. Pokemon go to the polls. Yeah. Kowalski with a super chat. I need to come back on to make the top 8. I can talk famine, drought, trade, state of Nebraska politics. I'll wear a pink tank, whatever it takes. I mean, you need to make this pitch when Ariana or Rebecca is on the show, because they will certainly push for Kowalski to be on the show in a tank top. I'll tell you that much.
The pink tank, they'll sign you up. Yeah, but seriously though, for real, send me a message on Twitter. We'll bring you back on, Kowalski. I think people would love to have you on.
Dog on a hot tin roof says, Binder on the USS Lincoln. Oh, thank God I'm not.
Oh yeah,
that sounds my God, that story is oh my God. Red Fire Blue Ice with a $2 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kowalski says with a $5 super chat, feel better, Matt. I don't have your physical weakness thanks to the farm life. It is too late for you, but not the next generation. Kowalski continues, Sam is sending Saul to my farm for a summer when he turns 14. He will return as the strongest teenager in Brooklyn. I extend this opportunity to you. They will be units.
My cat just jumped up to say hello.
Hello, cat. What's his name?
Her name is Svetlana.
Hey, Svetlana.
It's a Russian name because I named my pets Russian names.
What's your other pets' names?
Vladimir and Zoya.
Is it really? Why?
I don't know. I told the dumb story. Vladimir Putin. I thought it was funny because I was studying Russian politics for a little bit, and it was a very homophobic country. So it's like, a gay guy named his dog after you, Vladimir Putin. And then afterwards, I wasn't creative enough to come up with other names. So I'm like, Russian names for girls, and that's the top ones I picked up from my dog and cat.
I like the name Svetlana. I thought it was a nice name.
I like the name Svetlana too. What's funny is that my partner's grandma had some Russian like people come over. I don't know what they're like, plumbers or some shit like that. And like they said the names, and she's like, "Oh, are you from Russia?" We have a pretty big Russian population in Portland, and they're like, "Yeah, we're from Russia." And she's like, "Oh, well, my grandson named his pets Russian names." And it's like, "Oh, really? Like what?" Like, "Well, his cat's name is Svetlana." And he's like, "That's my mom's name." So yeah.
It's a nice name.
I like it. I do like it. I thought it was pretty.
John Jeffrey says, just checked. December 2nd will be 4 years of Leftist Mafia. Wow.
Holy shit.
4 more years. 4 more years. Over on Twitch, let me just thank Dude Control and Red Cyber Dragon 29 for the raids. Really appreciate it.
I got some more, and there were also some other ones that I'm not sure if I missed them on mine or if they were for Ariana, but I'll go through and just read the rest of them. Fly Chomper Fly, thanks for the $2. Says, if I know a way to help November election, who can I tell? It's hard to say. I don't know. You can always, like, if you have advice for a particular candidate, you can always try to email the campaigns, but they probably won't get back to you. But it's worth a shot. Rugal, thanks for the $5. Hey, it's Jamie or Rugal, he, him. Glad you liked the dashboard. Fun fact, Triangle was only in 13 episodes of Leftist Mafia. Oh, okay, so this is Jamie who gave us the statistics about Leftist Mafia at the start of the show. Really cool. Thank you for that. So
Triangle was only on 13 episodes? What?
That's crazy.
That was that long ago?
That really was that long ago. Yeah, we're on episode 182. She was on 13. No kidding. Well, thank you for the statistics. I really enjoyed that. Checkmate says, just being nice. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Checkmate. Cephalogod, thanks for the $2 based on fossils and analysis of embryonic cells. I think this is referring to the teeth as scales, maybe? I'll be honest, I don't know enough about evolutionary biology, so you can convince me of a lot of shit, so I don't know if you're trolling me. You could troll me, and I don't want to be duped, so I'll be agnostic until I learn more. Octawolf says, I get dizzy when I lay down and look up at the ceiling. That's unfortunate. That's weird. Maybe you have an equilibrium problem too. Although I can't diagnose you over the internet, and also I'm not an expert. Fart Swain, thanks for the $5. Crowley's Redbird story is so fucking stupid. Oh, I forgot about that. I see a red bird literally almost every day. He might as well have said, if I see a Jeep Wrangler. That's so funny. Did you hear about this, Matt?
I did, actually.
It's so funny. For those who don't know about the red bird story, Crowley actually dropped out of the race before he got back in. And he said that the reason why he got back in was because his wife prayed to give them a sign if he should jump back in. And then they saw a red bird and took that as a sign that he should jump back in, which is hilarious. And now they're gonna think, oh my God, it really was God's will because he jumped in and won. Very weird. Like, listen, if you believe in God and you think he's omnipotent and benevolent, it's very narcissistic to be like, oh no, God stopped everything he was doing to like help me with my election where I'm going to allow data centers in the state. You have to be a narcissist to think that, okay? God has other things to worry about, probably some genocide on an alien planet somewhere that he's working on, okay? He doesn't give a fuck about your election or your data center lust. Old Grease, thanks for the $2. Strongly consider that ball burning bit on a shirt. Stop. My cat is harassing me. Well, I got thanks Looney Tunes, by the way. Stop.
What is going on?
She's slapping me. She likes to fuck with me. She likes to bully me. Well, I gotta wait for after my birthday to finally get that next call-in show. Yeah, I do want to do another call-in show, but Ariana will kill us if we do it without her because she really loves those, and she's also the moderator, basically. So when she comes back, she's gonna be off for a couple of weeks. When she comes back, we'll have to do one because we've been talking about this for so long. We just need to do it. Old Grease, thanks for the 20 Canadian. I think this is to Ariana. Either way, let me just read this. Iranian AI servers and their water. I don't know much about Iran, but I just feel like they probably have millennia of techniques to draw from to stay cool in the desert without using as much water as we do. Yeah, I think that's certainly a possibility. They also, like, there's a lot of desalination plants throughout the Mideast too. But yeah, I'm sure you're right. Old Grease says, Toonie Loons for Looney Tunes. And last but not least, Kowalski, thanks for the $5, says, in Michigan 8th Republican primary, the Trump-backed candidate lost to a man who dropped out by like 40 points. The party is forcing him to run. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about this race, Matt, or anyone in the chat did, but is this the right one? Michigan 8th. Yeah. Okay, this is the one I'm thinking of. So there was a guy named Emir Hassan who was running in the 8th district. He had Trump's endorsement, but Republicans didn't want to support him because he had a Muslim-sounding name. He was a Christian, but nonetheless, he was a black guy with a Muslim-sounding name, so they said no, and they ended up voting for the old white guy who dropped out like a month earlier. So, yeah, this dude is running against his will because voters are so fucking racist.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Trump got a lot of shit on Truth Social for endorsing him as well, which is not surprising, honestly. I mean, it's a cult, but at the same time, you know, they're like, oh, you're allowing them the Islamification of the Republican Party. It just crazy shit. I did a video about this too. But that's the show, folks. Let's see if I have anything on Twitch. Did you have anyone in mind that you wanted to raid?
No, we could raid whoever you want.
Let's see here. Who's on? Why don't we raid Frogan? Frogan's on. Let's raid Frogan.
Sounds good to me.
All right, everybody. You have a wonderful week.
Wait.
I won't stop. Yeah, remember to like the video, subscribe, comment, bounce on that comment, bounce on your boy's comment. I'm channeling.
Whoa, why are you saying it like
Big
that?
Money Salvia? Channeling big money Salvia. Internet comment etiquette for some reason. It's late, so I'm spiraling. All right, you ready?
It says I could raid now. Okay, cool. I just did it.
All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next Thursday.
Peace.